Welcome to Seneca Indians Football, live on kneo.org. This broadcast is a sporting outreach of the KNEO Sports Network. You're now locked into the official pregame show of the Seneca Indians. This is your home for every sack, interception, and touchdown. Now let's join Seth Wilson, Ben Walcott, and Daryl Harbaugh live on location.
Welcome to Seneca Indian Football here on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network. I'm Seth Wilson, joined by Ben Walcott and Coach Daryl Harbaugh here in just a few minutes. But we're at Seneca, Missouri, at Tom Hodge Field, at Earl Campbell Stadium tonight for this homecoming matchup between your Indians and the visiting McDonald County Mustangs. Seneca comes in after defeating Carl Junction last week with a 56-7 victory. They're 6-0 now. Seneca is on the season. And they welcome McDonald County, who comes in having picked up their first victory on the season last week, storming back to defeat Aurora 28-27 in a close matchup. We've had a lot of fun festivities here today in Seneca downtown. Had the parade going on. A lot of youth football programs out there represented tonight. I was going through the youth program, and I tried to count up kindergarten through third grade how many players approximately they were getting pulled out to go on the floats. There were probably close to 100 kids being pulled out, so that's a pretty substantial amount of kids getting pulled from your elementary school to be on the floats. There wasn't a whole lot of kids sitting there on the sideline on the side of the road to watch the parade go by this afternoon. Kind of a funny thing, but it's a great thing. That means your program's developing, you're growing too. But a lot of fun here today. We'll have the coronation ceremony here in pregame about 6:30, so about 13, 14 minutes away from that. They'll have that. We'll try to bring that to you as well. I'm joined by Ben Walcott and Coach Harbaugh. And Ben, first question to you. Always fun when these rivalry games get going on. It's really the first one of the season for the Indians. Can you expect a tough physical game tonight between these two schemes?
Yeah, anytime Mack County comes to town or you go to Mack County, you can expect a physical game between these two teams, and these two teams are fired up to face each other. They know each other extremely well. Yeah. You may play with some of these guys on different sports, and you want to have the edge on them. So both these teams are going to be fired up, ready to go. And we always joke about it doesn't matter what level, high school, college, or pro. I mean, pro, there's not as many rivalries, but high school, college, doesn't matter the record. You can throw records out when it comes to rivalry games. And Seneca really has 3 here the next 3 weeks if you want to count Lamar, because that started to become a rivalry as well.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun when these two teams match up. A good physical game. You can bet on that when McDonald County comes to town. And, Coach, you've played in this series. It's homecoming. A lot of people come back to town to see the Indians play, plus the rivalry game tonight. How special is this game for Seneca community and the past players? Because from a coaching standpoint, from the Seneca sidelines, from player sidelines on Seneca, you taught at McDonald County for a little while. How special is this game for the Seneca community and the players?
Well, you have to understand, Mack County was always one of the biggest teams that we ever faced. And I'm not talking number-wise on the sideline. I'm talking out on the field. And it's the same way tonight. I don't know where they grow them at down there, but I'm telling you what, they've got some kids that will come out of the woodwork that are huge and big, fast, athletic. Logistics hurts them more than anything. But if you look, Seth, they've been in just about every game so far. And sometimes it's been tight. So I expect them to give Seneca a pretty good battle here.
Well, you talk about every single game, and we'll actually talk about that with Coach Hilburn. They have been in every single game. We're kind of jumping ahead, but 27-0 last week they were down against Aurora, and they came storming back to win that game by 1 point. Basically for 3.5 quarters, they shut Aurora down. They're a very big physical team. They lost a lot of guys to graduation from that district championship team they had a year ago. One of them, Toby Moore, he's not even being redshirted out at UNLV.
No,
Division One. He's getting some reps out there, and last I checked, they were undefeated. I'm not sure if they're still undefeated, but they were like a 2 or 3-0 at one point, and he was not even getting redshirted out there. He's gone from their program. Pacheco went on, I think, to either run track or play football somewhere. He was their wide receiver last year, and they have Hit was a defensive end last year for for McDonald County. He's up at Southern now, starting on the defensive end this last weekend for Missouri Southern on the defensive side of the football as a true freshman. A lot of big players, a lot of physical players come from this program from McDonald County. You better believe Seneca better be ready for him tonight because they're going to bring it.
And don't forget Dustin Dowd, who was their quarterback last year, who's actually playing baseball in college.
Yes, so a lot of Division I talent, a lot of collegiate level talent comes from McDonald County, and it's tough, like you mentioned, for them to put everything together. But again, we'll discuss more McDonald County, but it's certainly exciting here at homecoming. I mean, we're 40 minutes away from kickoff. There's hardly an empty seat in the bleachers. The end zones have 2-3 rows deep of lawn chairs sitting there waiting for this game to get going.
Yeah, I went by, trying to check on our McDonald County crew, and those lawn chairs are about as far back as you can go. I know you set up a couple lawn chairs down there for your wife, but they're getting back there as far as they can go, and that's an every week thing here in Seneca. And Daryl can attest to this, just how those lawn chairs and those old timers are the ones that want to make sure that they get those seats early.
Well, Coach likes to talk about the history of Seneca, but there was only one set of bleachers on the visitors' side so many years ago, and this other side didn't have any bleachers, and the parents would walk up and down the sidelines as the ball would go and sit there and harp at the players, tell them they weren't doing something right.
Oh, I've said this many times that it wasn't coaches that yelling at you that really got your attention. It was always the past players that were standing on the sideline following you because the system was the same, and they knew what the play was going to be, and if you didn't do your job, they're yelling at you. The guys on the sideline, not the coaches, but the past players on the sideline, your expectations rose up when you was here.
Well, you look back in the history of Seneca, Lawson was here from 68 to 80, then Hodge took over. Fowler was here from 59 to 66. So from along those lines of your time range of being in there, you had coaches here for 7 years plus, and so players knew the system coming from those coaches, and a lot of those coaches probably carried the same philosophy, same terminology over to the next year.
And not only terminology, it was the same signals. Very rare did they ever run it into you. They signaled it into you. And it was the same signals every year. And the other coaches, I think, knew it, but their philosophy was, they know it's coming. We don't care. We're going to run it anyway. We're going to run it down your throat.
I was going to say, I think that's the philosophy these past couple of years is you can know the signals. The problem is you got to stop it.
All right, we're going to take a quick break here. We'll come back. We'll have more of your pregame show, your countdown to kickoff sponsors, People's Bank of Seneca and Prater's Pharmacy.
The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report will provide up-to-the-minute scores and highlights from around the 4 states. With ultimate local coverage from all your favorite teams. The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report, weeknights at 6 and 10 p.m.
And we welcome you back to Seneca, Missouri here for the pregame show between McDonald County Mustangs and your Seneca Indians. Let's recap last week's game. I mentioned earlier in the pregame show that Seneca won that one 56-7. They started out on defense to start the football game, and CJ started working the ball downfield immediately. 11 plays on their first drive for the Bulldogs. They looked like they were going to be able to punch it in on a third down play, had a wide open receiver, but a recovery effort by Hunter Haynes tipping the ball away at the last second forced a fourth down, and CJ decided to play the field possession game. They punted it back to the Indians. The Indians got their ball back on their own 4, and just 6 plays under 3 minutes off the clock, and the Indians found pay dirt. Caden Klaus taking it in from 22 yards out, and the Indians never looked back from that point. That first drive was actually the longest drive as far as time of possession in the first half for the Indians. It was followed up by another drive of 87 yards for the Indians with Miller punching it in. Then Klaus picked a juggled ball out of the air, returned it down to the 3-yard line where Probert was able to punch it in one play later. They had another 47-yard drive with Ginger hauling in a wide open pass to make it 28-0. Probert found the end zone again from 51 yards out to make it 35-0. Again, that first drive was their longest of the game, and it was just under 3 minutes. Kind of crazy. You put up 35 points on the board. You expect big time of possession, and it was not the case for the Indians the other night. Now, CJ was able to score after a return of a Klaus interception, errant pass. They took it back quite a ways, and then they had a short field to work. They finally were able to punch it in before the half with about 25 seconds left to go in the first half to make it 35-7. Ginger and Probert added another score each in the second half to make it 49-7. And then Laughlin also added another score to make it 56-7, your final. Ben, last week we saw a lot of explosive plays for the Indians. 2 big passing plays from Klaus to Ginger. Probert with 2 long touchdown runs. Harris a couple long jet sweep runs. Last week's offense was clicking rather well, wouldn't you say? What would you notice most about the Seneca rushing attack last week?
Well, I've said it all season long. It's not a one-headed monster. It's not a two-headed monster. It's really a 3-headed monster on this Seneca team, because you think about your 3 main ball carriers, Roman Miller, Caden Klaus, and Probert. I'm drawing a blank on his first name.
That's okay, Brody.
Thank you. I wanted to say that, but I wasn't 100%. It's a 3-headed monster, and then you get those jet sweeps with Haynes, with Harris, and you're getting them on the outside. You're getting them on the inside. Really, they're relying on the offensive line, and no team so far this year has really even been able to slow them down. Sometimes you say, well, we slowed them down a little bit. I think the closest would have to be Mount Vernon, because they and I say this lightly, you only gave up 35 in that game. So
that's the lowest scoring game so far for the Indians on offense. Yeah, you say a 3-headed monster. You remember the week previous against Aurora, Blaze Graham, wide open several times for 40-yard passing touchdown receptions. Then week prior to that, I think it was Klaus taking a couple big runs against Monette. I think he had some 80-yard run against Monette, if I'm not mistaken. So big plays are everywhere. It's not. I don't think it's necessarily just a 3-headed monster. When you add in Harris, when you add in Graham, when you add in Haynes, we've thrown a couple arrow routes to Adams out in the flats, but there's multiple. And Ginger, you got to consider Ginger going out from the tight end position where they don't cover him up. He's wide open, and another pass. And Coach, we were talking about this just a while ago, going back and watching the film. Ginger falling down, doing a roll on the ground, getting up, running downfield. Klaus finding him wide open, or not wide open. He had triple coverage on him, pulls the pass in, and then carries 2 defenders into the end zone for a touchdown. So it's not a 3-headed monster, 4-headed monster, 5. It's like a 7 or 8-headed monster for this Indian offense that seems to get the job done. Looking at stats real quick, Probert, Miller, Klaus, all averaging just over 100 yards per game so far this season, which is crazy stat to have. If you're a coach, it's a great stat to have.
And just let me say this: you're talking about the 5-headed monster. All the things that you're talking about. Those 5-headed monsters, those 5 guys right up front.
Yes, yeah.
That's where it all starts, right there. So give a shout out to those guys.
Absolutely.
Well, I would say 6, because you got to include Brock Pendergraph. He's not always a starter in there, but he gets lots of playing time.
Hey, Brock's been coming in and doing a great job for us, and Jude King.
Yes.
We went double tight.
Yeah.
Jude King's been coming in. He's been working out, probably getting ready to play tight end next year, getting some work.
Yeah. The quick tackle on that side, Lane Scribner out a little while for an injury. Brock Pendergraph stepped right up. Now we had Landon Commons go down with an knee injury, and we've had to kind of rearrange things, because I think Commons, if I'm not mistaken, would come in and sometimes play a double tight end position for the Indians as well. And now Jude King's had to fill that role. Jude King we saw against Aurora coming in playing H-back, I think once or twice as well for the Indians. As if you look on your screen right now, you'll see the Seneca Indian coordination crew coming across the field right now. We'll try to get that zoomed in for you for just a couple moments. Let's switch defensively. Coach, defensively, the Indians were able to get a stop after stop, and CGA's strategy of playing field possession didn't really prove to be all that effective against the Indians. We've seen team after team come in with big rushing numbers, and the Indians just shut it down. What has been so effective for the Indians so far on the defensive side of the football?
Well, I've always said it's the same thing is speed. And it's not only speed at the defensive backs or the linebackers. It's also the quickness and the speed up front. Their offensive line, the other team's offensive line, is having a hard time blocking our defensive line. And they've got to have like 2 guys on them just to stay on them. Well, if you take 2 guys just to block, Renfro or block Don Brown, them linebackers are running free.
Yeah.
And that's that speed is just killing. It's, Hunter Haynes did a great job. Made the tackle on the outside on the play before, because the guy was getting ready to break loose on the outside for a big gain. Hunter Haynes comes up and makes the tackle in the open field, then tips the ball. I keep thinking, what would happen if when CJ went ahead and scored that first drive?
Yes.
And they had momentum, with Seneca answered so quick.
Yep.
You know how games can flip on momentum. you got to give Hunter Haynes out a shout-out for all that and just the speed of him being able to recover on that pass.
Well, looking at defensive stats, Haynes right now leading the team in tackles for the Indians, 38 solo tackles on the season. This is getting pulled from Seneca's online stat page, but right now he's leading. He's got 23 solo tackles. Adams is right behind him with 30. Renfro with 27. You talk about Renfro being so quick up front, drawing double teams a lot of times, and that enables those linebackers to scrape or do whatever the job they need to do, basically holding up a couple offensive linemen.
Hey, when those linebackers go in and make a play and make a big tackle, the first thing they need to do is turn around and congratulate their defensive line, because they're the ones that's taking up the blockers up front so they can make those tackles.
Yeah, I don't think they're too shy about giving the props to the offensive line, and I think they probably I think you're right, Coach. I think they do need to give that defensive line some props for holding up the offensive line on the opposing team. We're going to take another quick break here. We come back. Well, actually, during this break, we're going to have the first senior spot of the week. We had 3 last week. We're going to have 3 more tonight for you. We got 11 seniors to get through, so we're going to have 3 more tonight for you. We'll have the first one right now during this break. Your countdown to kickoff sponsors, People's Bank of Seneca and Prater's Pharmacy.
Seneca Indian Athletics is sponsored by Prairie Top Chiropractic. Located at 4556 Quince Road in Seneca, chiropractic physician Seth Wilson offers chiropractic services to Seneca and the surrounding areas. For appointment information, their phone number is 417-776-4556 or discover more at facebook.com/Prairie Top Chiropractic. Prairie Top Chiropractic, where their slogan is better health, better you.
Here with Tyrone Harris, and it's time for 60 seconds with a Seneca Indian. First question, what is your most favorite sport other than football?
I would say my other favorite sport is probably basketball.
And what position would you like to play on the football field if you don't play the position you play now, and why?
Probably quarterback.
All right, what's your favorite food?
Probably grapes.
What's your favorite hobby?
I like to go out and hang out with my friends, maybe go play some pickup basketball, hang out, play video games.
Who's your favorite athlete?
Kyrie Irving.
And who's your favorite sports team?
Raven Flock, baby. The Ravens, Baltimore.
And what's your favorite subject in school?
Definitely lifetime activities.
And what are your plans after high school?
Hopefully go to college and become an electrician.
And who's your biggest role model?
Right now, I'd probably say Kyrie Irving or David Goggins.
And what's your dream vehicle?
A Lamborghini.
And what do you listen to before the game, or do you listen to music before the game?
I listen to 527 Freestyle by Drexa Jones.
All right, that's been 60 seconds with Tyrone Harris.
You're going to have to tell me when Haynes.
We're back.
And welcome back here to Seneca, Missouri, as we're trying to have a little conversation there, but that's okay. Time for the Southwest shout-out. Last week we gave a shout-out to the Seneca Indian Cheer Squad, who won another regional championship. They'll compete for their 5th straight championship coming up in just next month, but definitely a shout-out to them. This week we're going to give a shout-out to district standings. During week 1, our Seneca shout-out was the district assignments. Now we're going to go to Southwest shout-out, I should say. Now our Southwest shout-out is actually going to be the district standings. Let's look at those district standings real quick for you. Seneca right now in first place. A big lead, 54 points right now to Forsyth, 39.5. Forsyth sitting at number 2, Reed Spring at number 3, Cassville at number 4, Aurora at 5, East Newton at 6, and Hollister sitting at 7. Now, if Seneca wins outright district championship regular season, they'll get the number 1 seed. They'll have a bye week. So that's a little bit of incentive for you to finish up the season strong to be able to get that bye week. Now, Ben, Forsyth and Reeds, they played last week, wasn't it?
Yes, and Forsyth won, so they have the head-to-head over Reed. So right now they're sitting at the 2 seed. They actually have a couple of weeks ahead of them. They play, I believe it's Stratford tonight, and then they host Stratford tonight, host Fairgrove next week. So that's a very tough couple of weeks for them. Both Stratford and Fairgrove are undefeated. You know, we can look at these things. Seneca with a win tonight, and a Forsyth loss, more than likely. There's too many points to make up. Seneca more than likely clinches that number 1 seed, but you got bigger things to worry about in a Big 8 title, and then obviously worry about the rest of that after that.
Well, right now Seneca averaging close to 50 points a game, and that's impressive. 51.3 points per game, allowing just 10 points per game. If you take out some of the twos that have allowed scores, it's about 6 points per game that Seneca's allowing right now on their starters. There's only been 1 game, I believe, that's not been a turbo clock thus far this season.
Which it would be week 2 against Mount Vernon, 35-14, and I think didn't the JV bunch get in there at the end too? I don't remember. That was a long time ago.
I don't think they did. I think that was just a straight up. They had a couple touchdowns against passing touchdowns against R1. So that was a true 14 points right there. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like you said, you think about it, the twos of Seneca going against other teams' ones before they put the JV in, their JV in, and you still got to give a lot of credit to Seneca's twos to keep it at 10 points a game when you're going up against other team starters.
Well, and you look at who Seneca will potentially be facing. You talked about Stratford, high-scoring game, Mount Vernon, or high-scoring team, Mount Vernon, a very solid football team that we saw in week 2. So whoever if we come out of our district, we'll be facing 2 very good, solid opponents in Mount Vernon, Stratford. Fortunately, Fairgrove's not they're in Class 2, but there's a lot of talent coming from the other side. And then moving forward even to the further than that, you're looking at teams from St. Louis, East Missouri side coming this way. And Coach King and I were talking about that Tuesday morning at Devo and Donuts. He talked about who's going to be after we get through quarterfinals. If we get through quarterfinals, who's going to be there? And I said, well, you've got Lift for Life out of St. Louis, who is 3-3. They're getting some nods in the media poll, but they played a team out of Texas. They played a team out of Chicago that they lost to, so they played some solid teams. Then you have St. Francis Borgia, undefeated. Then you have Dexter, who's number 3 out of the Boot Hill.
Dexter and Borgia are 3 and 4 in the media polls,
right.
So they're right up there with Seneca.
And then you have Park Hill Central, reigning champ from last year. Can't count them out yet. They've only been tested maybe once or twice thus far. They lost to St. Dominic. They do have that one loss,
and that was last week.
But the closest they've come to losing week 1 against Owensville. Owensville hasn't won a game this year, unfortunately. That's my nephew playing up there. I hate to say that, but that was the closest game I think that's really for them on the offensive side of the football on a Saturday afternoon. So, where Park Hill Central is going to fall, they're always a good team. They're always a solid team. Coach Schweiss always has them ready to go. And
I think the other thing, too, you got to take note of is, do you get to play either of those games at home? But you don't know that until you get to the state quarters. Seneca was able to go on the road last year and win state quarters against David. You have to go on the road, go to Stratford, go to Mount Vernon, and then are you able to come back home for a state semifinal game? I think St. Pius X last year got blitzed, and they were kind of in a little bit of shock, like what happened to Seneca 2 years ago at Lamar. They threw the first punch, and they weren't able to respond. That may be something to take into consideration, too. Do you get a home game here in the Valley? Because as it's been proven year in and year out, these last couple of years, it is a hard place to play here, and you would love to get a state quarter and a state semi, but I think you would prefer a state semi over a state quarter.
All right, Seneca by the numbers, 2,816 total yards so far, 58% completion percentage, 2,400 rushing yards on the season, 35 rushing touchdowns, and 6 passing touchdowns. We're going to take a break. We'll have another senior spot right after this.
At ProLube Tire and Auto Center, we know what it means to rely on your vehicle. We race all year and know how to get that extra inch out of every part. Precision, quality, and reliability are not just words to us. It's what we do every day. We know you rely on your vehicle to perform for your family. From oil changes to full-on repairs, ProLube gives you the best racetrack team experience, so you can be worry-free.
ProLube Tire and Auto Center, where we get it right on the road and the track.
We're here with Caden Klaus, and it's time for 60 Seconds with a Seneca senior. First question, what's your most favorite sport other than football?
I would have to go with baseball.
And what position would you like to play other than the position you play now on the football field?
I would rather play running back if I couldn't play quarterback. I just love running the ball.
And what's your favorite food?
Favorite food would be chicken.
And what's your favorite hobby?
Playing sports.
What's your favorite sports teams, college or pro?
The Chiefs.
Who's your favorite athlete?
Patrick Mahomes.
And what's your favorite subject in school?
I'd have to go with math.
What are your plans after high school?
Go to college and probably try to be an athletic trainer.
And who is your biggest role model in life?
I would have to go with my brother.
And what's your dream vehicle?
A Ford Mustang.
And what do you listen to, or do you listen to music pregame?
Yeah, I listen to a lot of rap.
That's been 60 Seconds with Caden Klaus. And we welcome you back to Seneca, Missouri. Before we get into Blast from the Past, they're introducing the candidates for Queen out there tonight. There's 3 of them out there. And then we also have retiring queen Annie Caputo making her way across the field right now, being escorted by Dom Brown. So as we try to get the breaking news of the queen being crowned, we'll cut into that real quick once we get to that. It's time for the blast from the past, though. We'll see how far we can get in this before they announce the queen. Last week we took the team of 1922. This week we're going to wind it forward to 1933. Now we need to clear some things up about 1933. There are actually 3 Seneca Indian football teams in the area. Number 1 was your Seneca High School football team, the Indians there. There was an independent Seneca High School or Seneca Indian football squad that was made up of players who graduated high school. And then there was a Seneca Indian school from the boys over in Wyandotte. So there's 3 Seneca Indian football clubs. Now I'm going to stop right there as they announce the queen. Just 1 second, and we'll listen in.
Ladies and gentlemen, your 2024 football homecoming queen is Miss Maddie Collinsworth.
Maddie Collinsworth is your 2024 Seneca homecoming football queen as she makes her way to the 50-yard line, being escorted by Nolan Napier. So congratulations to Maddie on being named the 2024 Seneca High School homecoming queen. Now back to our blast from the past. The 1933 team, the Seneca Indian School over in Wyandotte, they actually played each other at one point during the season, but Seneca High School was in the Pintaco Conference that year with Cassville, Sarcoxie, Jasper, Pierce City, and Carterville. Cassville actually won the conference in 1932, and they handed Seneca their only loss in the season in 1933, defeating the Indians 21-0. That was a Cassville squad, just went through everybody that year and the previous year. Seneca only allowed 1 touchdown the entire season during 1933, but Cassville put 21 on the board against them. Seneca went 5-1-1 that year, tying with Sarcoxie, defeating Wyandotte 7-0, Pierce City 7-0, Jasper 6-0, Carterville 12-0, defeating the Seneca Indians school over in Wyandotte 7-6. Now, I have some players. I only have last names from the information that I was able to gather online. Murdoch was able to score against Pierce City from the halfback position. Levon or Levain, I'm not sure how they pronounce that name, he was able to score against Wyandotte. So here's some different players that I have for the 1933 squad. Again, it's only last names. They had Brady at left end. I'm sure there's some Bradys around here probably related to that one. Our very own Truman Brady just down a couple seats down from us there, does the PA announcer for Seneca. Lawson at left tackle. Now, I'm not sure if that was the coach or the dad of the coach that came here, Pat Lawson. Not sure of that. Kuhn at left guard, Campbell at center, Straight at right guard, Brown at right tackle, Welker at right end, Comstock at quarterback, Schmidt at left halfback, Green at right halfback, and Levon at fullback. They, like I mentioned, they did play that Seneca High School team or Seneca Indian team from Wyandotte, which was a junior high team in 1933, and they only won 6-0. They were coached by Coach Harbiger, Elton Crossley, and Basil Patton. Again, I'm finding these names. I'm pretty sure that's pretty much accurate on who that is. Didn't get a first name on the head coach, but we want to salute that team from 1933, another great team of Seneca's history of tradition, pride, and class. We'll be back with the Coaches Show right after this.
Jesus said, "Be of good cheer. It is I, be not afraid."
Billy Graham.
And in the troubles and trials and bereavements and heartaches of life, he's there. And when death comes to your family, he's there.
And the Bible teaches that there's a day coming when there won't be any kind of heartache for those who've given their lives to Jesus.
More than 300 times in the New Testament it's mentioned that he's coming back. And what a glorious hope we have that there will be a new heaven and a new earth. Till then, we're to be faithful. We're to be the salt of the earth and the light of the world as believers.
When others see how your faith carries you through the struggles of life, it can help them discover their need for Jesus. We can help you learn more about trusting Jesus at this website. It's findpeacewithgod.net. That's findpeacewithgod.net from the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association.
It's time for the Cody Hilburn Coaches Show. The Coaches Show is sponsored by Prater's Pharmacy and New Mac Electric. Now here's Seth Wilson and head coach Cody Hilburn.
We spoke after the game about how great your offensive line has been doing this year, having so many games of 100-yard rushers. We've been through the process of the week of practice for the offensive line. Go through those guys who play on the line for you and what they bring to the offensive line group and the team dynamic in general.
Yeah, that's our veteran group, and they're getting used to playing with each other and communicating together and making adjustments on the fly. But yeah, just going down the line there, and you got to start with, and you wouldn't consider him an offensive lineman, you got to start with Hagen Ginger, just because we attach him so much to our offensive line. He's a huge part of our run game. But the kid's, he's been a 3-year starter at tight end, so he understands all the scheme. And what you'll see out of him is a lot of times he'll turn around and communicate with the H-back, because a lot of times those two guys have to be on the same page in a lot of our run packages, and Hagen does a great job of getting those guys on the same page. And then down the line, Big Don Brown is our strong tackle. I run a ton of our gap scheme, but right behind him is right next to Big Diego Amaya. And we play a strong side and quick side of our offensive line, and then there's some big behinds right there together that we can run the ball behind. Man, they do a great job. Our center is Jace Renfro. Jace is extremely intelligent. He's a returning third-team All-State center. He was a third-team All-State center as a sophomore, which very seldom ever happens. He's the guy that's got to set our front. They have to listen to him. He calls out the front, and even if he's wrong, we have a saying, if we're all wrong, we're all right. And Jace sets the front for us and gets us on the same page. And Nolan Napier, another extremely intelligent kid. You see him do a lot of our pulling in our gap scheme. Nolan's a tremendous player. Lucky to get him back off a knee injury this summer. And then Lane Scribner we got back last week, and Lane's been out for 3 weeks. But if you see us running the ball in the perimeter and a lot of our screen game, you're going to see 55 out there kind of leading the way. And Lane is, for one, he's pound for pound maybe our strongest kid on the football team. But he may be one of our fastest kids, and he plays the offensive line. So we can get pretty creative with what we do with Lane. And then Brock Pendergraft's filled him for us too. And we look at us having 6 starters up front. And Brock, he backs us up now at the tackle, the guard, and the center spot. So he's very versatile in what he can do. But man, those guys, they're leaders for us, and everything we do offensively starts with those guys.
You guys have kept your turnovers down this year while forcing opponents into 15 turnovers this year. Last year, you were 18 for the entire season in turnovers forced. What has led to the success of those this year for you guys?
Yeah, it's been huge for us this year. I think it's kind of the difference in us being able to separate early in a lot of games. And it starts with stopping the run. And we've been very good at stopping the run and getting multiple hats to the football, because the first guy there doesn't force a turnover. It's the second and third and fourth guy, and that's what we teach. Our first guy's got to secure the tackle. Second guy may have to secure the tackle, but the third and fourth, man, we got to get the ball out. And our kids take pride in that. And then going right along with that, once you stop the run, you put a lot of teams in third and long. And when you put teams in third and long, you can do some different stuff defensively. We can get in our nickel package and get another safety on the field, and you force them into throwing the football, and we can kind of pin our ears back a little bit. So our defensive line's able to get pressure. You've got another safety in the game to get over the top and double team some guys. But it always starts with stopping the run and putting them in those third and long situations.
Some guys that probably don't get a whole lot of credit on your team is the scout team during the practice during the week. Walk us through some of those guys and what they do for you guys during the week to get you guys ready for game speed on Friday night.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that's where we gain our edge, is the effort those guys give us on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. And I'm just thinking about this week and guys that from an offensive perspective, so our defensive scout team, you got Brock Pendergraft over there playing the defensive end, who Brock's a part-time starter for us and gives us fits. I mean, we're frustrated yesterday trying to block that guy. And then you got Kanan Miller, who's a 385-pound cleaner. He's a 460 squat guy. He's twitchy and does some really tough stuff. Connell Trueluck, who is now playing 50% of the reps as our nose position. He gets over there. He's 6'2", 235. Then we have Aiden Crane, Landon Harchie playing that other end for us that present other challenges. Jude King in there, linebacker, and Jude does everything right. He's physical. When we ask him to key a certain spot, he keys him every single time. Brant Laughlin's over there giving us fits. I could go on, but I'm telling you, it starts with the front. And when our offensive line has to block that defensive line on a daily basis, everybody gets better. They get better, we get better, and that's what it's all about.
Prater's Pharmacy in Seneca is a proud supporter of the Seneca Indians. The pharmacy is open from 9 to 5:30 Monday through Friday and from 9 to 1 on Saturday. They offer an automatic refill program and internet refill service online at praterspharmacy.com and through their mobile apps. They also have a drive-through window. Prater's Pharmacy at 1711 Cherokee in Seneca, 417-776-8701. Go Indians!
A proud supporter of local high school athletics is Numac Electric. Serving Newton and McDonald County, they provide power for area homes and businesses and want to wish all the athletes much success throughout the season. For online bill pay and account information, the website is numac.com or 417-451-1515. Numac Electric, proudly serving Newton and McDonald County, where their slogan is your touchstone energy partner.
McDonald County comes to town for homecoming this year. I believe the last time they were here for homecoming night, it was in 2021, and they spoiled homecoming. Coach Hoover has been there for several years now, and they've had a lot of success last year. But a new year with different personnel, they've had some challenges this year. They've been in every ball game so far. They run a spread offense and have the ability to run or pass out of it with some big backs in the backfield. How do you guys defend against a team that has the ability to pass or throw out of a spread offense like McDonald County does?
It's really tough because they're different than a lot of teams, and they're going to line us up in a heavy set and get our heavy personnel on the field, and then they're going to shift out of it. So they may get their double tight personnel on the field and then shift you into one back and four receivers. So they're tough to personnel, and you don't know what you're going to get all the time. But you're right, they've been in every game this year, and that's what we've seen. At halftime, they're either winning or right in it, and then something's happened to them in the second half. And you look at the Nevada game, they were up 8-7, with a minute and a half left to play, and Nevada hits a 75-yard touchdown to win the game. The Mount Vernon game, it's 14-14 halfway through the third. You can go on and on. They lose by 3 to Lamar. You're looking at a team that could very easily be 3-3, even 4-2, which is what they normally are when we play them. And then they proceed to always give us fits because they're huge up front and do some really nice stuff. So man, we got to show up and play. We got to show up and play, and I think you got to do that every week in the Big 8.
We've seen them run a lot about RPO in the recent years. They still bring that back to the offensive game plan this year with different players in the backfield than what they've had the last couple of years.
Yeah, they do a good job. Their base remains the same, and the stuff they want to hang their hat on is still the same. However, you always adapt to different personnel, and they got a kid that can sling it at quarterback. He does a real nice job. And then they got another kid, kind of similar to us. They'll bring in another quarterback that does a really nice job on their quarterback run game. So they present several different, it's almost like defending 2 or 3 offenses again this week, which is tough. It's tough. You got to structure your practice differently, and they put you in some tough situations. So it'll be a tough task for our defense.
Switching gears defensively, they're giving up almost 30 points a game, but when McDonald County comes to town, they play really well. They play very physical. They kind of almost take it personal. How do you guys keep your offense grounded and make sure they understand the physical type of play that McDonald County is going to bring to the table?
We haven't had to do a whole lot of convincing because numbers don't lie. I mean, you're looking at a Mack County team that's held us to an average of 24 points over my time in Seneca. So I don't think I have to do a whole lot of convincing. We've made that very clear to our offensive guys. We've made it very clear to our offensive line that we haven't had a ton of success running the ball in between the tackles, and that's the challenge this week. We're not going to be very good offensively if we cannot run the football north and south.
And lastly, with its homecoming week, so many distractions around, how do you guys ensure as a coaching staff the energy and focus is there so they can take care of business on Friday night?
Yeah, as a coach, you don't love homecoming, and I told our kids that, but here's what I appreciate, and I told them to do the same. You're nervous about distractions. However, I'm also very grateful to live in a town that this many people care about Friday night and care about homecoming. And there's so many things that go on, and I told our kids, do not take that for granted, and you better be grateful that we're part of a community like that. So here's what we told them. We told them to enjoy homecoming, all the things that go into homecoming, enjoy it, be a part of it. However, when it's time to lock in, we got to lock in. The process can't change. And so go enjoy those things. When practice rolls around, when a film session rolls around, we have to lock in, and we got to stay true to our process because that's who we are. Yeah, I think that's why we have success on Friday, is just because we're so detail-oriented through the week. What Monday looks like needs to stay the same. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, it's got to look the same. Enjoy it, but when it's time to lock in, it's time to lock in.
You've been listening to the Cody Hoburn Coaches Show. The Coaches Show is sponsored by Prater's Pharmacy and New Mac Electric. We'll be back with more Indians football after this on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
People's Bank of Seneca is proud to support this portion of the game. They offer banking services including checking and savings accounts, CDs, and loans for individuals and businesses. They have locations in the Seneca and Joplin areas and are online at peoplesbankofseneca.com. People's Bank of Seneca, proud supporters of the Seneca Indians. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Proudly supporting the Seneca Indians is Doug's Body Works. Owned and operated by Doug Scribner, they offer a 24-hour wrecker service and specialize in auto body and frame repair. Doug's Body Works is located at 1008 Oneida in Seneca and is proud to serve the local area. 417-776-8611. Go Indians!
Here with Diego Amaya, and this is 60 Seconds with a Seneca senior. First question is, what is your most favorite sport other than football?
Honestly, I think I'd have to go with golf.
What position would you like to play if you didn't play the position you play now, and why would you want to play that position?
I think I'd go with running back or something, just because I want to run over people, score.
What's your favorite food?
I'm gonna go with Mexican.
What's your favorite hobby?
I like to hunt, fish.
Who's your favorite sports team, college or pro? Could be either one.
Sports team, I'd have to go with OU. Player, I don't know, Dylan Raiola.
What's your favorite subject in school?
I'm gonna definitely have to go with lifetime activities or something.
What are your plans after high school?
I'd like to join a lineman apprenticeship.
And who's your biggest role model?
I'm gonna have to go with my pops, my grandpa. He's really been my father figure ever since I haven't had one.
What's your dream vehicle?
I'm gonna have to go with either 2500 or 3500 GMC Denali.
And what do you listen to, or do you listen to music pregame?
Pregame, I like to listen to a lot of rap, rock and roll or whatever, just something that really gets me in the mood.
All right, that's 60 Seconds with Diego Amaya. And we welcome you back to Seneca, Missouri. As we're running a little bit behind on our pregame show tonight, but that's okay. Your countdown to kickoff sponsors, People's Bank of Seneca. Tonight, Seneca hosts in McDonald County for homecoming. The series dates back to 1966 when McDonald County consolidated, merging all the smaller schools together. Before that, Seneca used to play Knoll and Anderson, etc. Seneca holds the overall advantage since 1966, 42-8-1. But as mentioned before, cannot take this team lightly tonight. They'll be physical. They always play Seneca tough. They're going to run primarily a shotgun offense. They'll run, they'll pass, they'll run pass option. Seneca will have to be on their game defensively to stop whatever McDonald County and Coach Hoover throw at them. Ben, we've seen the ones of Seneca do a great job of limiting the damage of opposing offenses. What does the defense need to do tonight to keep the Mustangs off the field?
Well, the first thing is stop the run, and that's basically the biggest thing, and that's kind of Cody's goal every week, stop the run, and you're going to have a lot of success.
Mustangs look to run a 4-2 defense with 5 defensive backs, basically looking like a nickel type of defense out there, and they can shift to a 4-3 type of defense if we don't put a spread offense out there too much. Coach, with Seneca's ability to run the ball so well, what do you look for the Mustangs to do to defensively tonight? Do you see them moving that fifth corner in to give them a 7 in the box against the Indians' offense?
If they want to stop the run, yeah, they're going to have to move another one in the box and play man-to-man on our receivers behind. But that makes you vulnerable to the tight ends.
All right, captains making their way on the field for the McDonald County Mustangs. Anthony D'Amico, number 42, McCool. Let's see, we got 75 Sampson, and 59, you said, Coach Melendez. For
59.
For the Indians, Ryan Owens, Lane Scribner, Hagan Ginger, and Nolan Napier out there for you tonight. We saw the Mustangs attempt an onside kick to start the game last week against Aurora, plus the Hound Dogs return a punt back for about 90 yards for a touchdown, too, against McDonald County. Do either of you see the special teams playing a factor tonight as coaches down there on the field for the coin toss?
I feel like Seneca has been close to being able to break one at some point. I think yes. Tonight might be the night to break one. And then the other thing is I think McDonald County is going to have to.
McDonald County has won the toss.
They're going to defer to the second half. So, yeah, special teams could be a factor tonight. Seneca might be able to pull something off tonight on the special team side of the ball.
I think you got to watch Mack County here to start the game. Like you said, against Aurora, they tried it. Don't be surprised if they try and pull it off here to start the game.
We saw the Mustangs go down 27-0 last week early in the second quarter against the Hound Dogs from Aurora. They battled back to make it 27-6 with 5:50 to go in the first half. I think they made it a 27-14 game at the half. They completed the comeback last week against Aurora the rest of the way, 28-27. So just because you get a lead on the McDonald County Mustangs, you got to continue to execute because they will be unrelenting in their effort, especially in a rivalry game tonight that means so much to them.
Well, just remember, Seth, last year, Mack County had to lead at halftime.
Yes, they did.
And I think, Seneca's got to use the crowd to their advantage tonight. You look at this crowd, like we said earlier, you got chairs alongside the end zones. The stands are packed from end zone to end zone here for Seneca, and Mack County didn't bring as many fans. You got to keep the fans involved here if you're Seneca.
Seneca will be going left or right across your
TV screen, whatever it is.
As Tyrone Harris and Hunter Haynes back deep to receive for the Indians. Seneca got a somewhat of a hands team up there. You got Probert on the front line, Jagger Wilson, Drew Sherwood, Brant Laughlin, Kanan Miller up front. Second line, you got Blaze Graham, Kai Adams, and also Jude King. In the third line, you almost have a diamond look with Roman on the left side on the far hash, and then Hunter Haynes on the near hash about the 30-yard line. Tyrone Harris just back at the 20.
Watch the pooch kick here, as right now they're Mack County all kinds of confused on who needs to go where, but I think you're going to see a pooch kick here. Potentially, you could use a fair catch.
Countdown to kickoff sponsors People's Bank of Seneca and Prater's Pharmacy. The kicker tonight for McDonald County, number 25, Isaac Wagner, and it is a squib kick that's going to bounce at the 35, and Jude King has trouble hauling it in, and looks like he's actually able to recover that one. That took a funny bounce to Jude because he went to dive on it, and it took another high hop. He was able to bring one hand in to corral it down, but he'd be first down and 10 for Seneca from their own 40.
Yeah, good job there by Jude because, like you said, it took a high hop at about the 50-yard line, and it bounced off his chest protector and then able to get back on it before any Mack County Mustangs could get there.
Harris and Sherwood split out to the far side for the Indians. Graham on the near side. Miller to the left of Klaus. Going to send Graham in motion. And it's going to be Klaus taking it right up the middle. He's across the 45, runs into contact there. Diving, spinning forward across midfield to the 49-yard line. Tackled down by number 12, Martin, from the safety position, but getting to the 49-yard line. A big pickup, first down and 10 already for the Indians.
The Seneca team loves that quarterback keeper to start the game, and why not when you can get 11 yards on it?
Yeah, they run a quarterback counter or quarterback power type of situation. Kai Adams checks in at H-back now. You see McDonald County running a 4-2, walking that corner up to an outside linebacker position. Handoff's going to go to Miller. He's going to make one man miss at the 45. Still on his feet, 35-30, 25-20. Got one man to beat the end zone. Foot race, and Miller's going to go into the end zone. Touchdown, Seneca Indians. Touchdown, Roro Miller, as he takes it in from 49 yards out. As you watch it on the replay, just had one man to beat the outside linebacker, gave him a stiff arm, and it was a foot race down the sideline on the near side.
Well, you look at it, Hagen Ginger was able to steal off the edge. You have a pulling tackle there, or pulling guard, and Nolan Napier, he seals it off. And then Roman Miller just has a linebacker to beat on that outside, and he beat him to the edge. And we're not even 35 seconds into the game, and Seneca already on the board.
On to attempt the point after for the Indians. High snap, as it's going to be blocked.
I don't think it was blocked.
I don't think he got on the block to be able to set it up for Sherwood. Either way, 6-0 is your score. Seneca leading with 11:25 to go here in the first quarter. Play on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
The Seneca R7 School District is proud to support the student athletes and coaches competing in this game. High school activities help students learn life values such as hard work, dedication, and teamwork. The Seneca R7 School District is honored to serve such a great community and wants to thank all the Indian fans for their great support. The Seneca R7 School District, tradition, pride, class.
Welcome back here at Tom Hodge Field. We're 35 seconds in the game. Seneca already leading this one 6-0, as the point after try was not a good try as the high snap.
Seth, what set that play up was very simple. They ran a zone, quarterback zone keeper right up the middle of the first play. Second play, Mack County just crammed the box. We were able to just crush it down, kick out. Roman had nobody there.
Well, and, I didn't get to say this. It seems like, Seth, I know it wasn't a quarterback controversy to start, but it seems like Caden has really kind of taken over the QB1 spot, and Probert still will take not an occasional. He'll take a good amount of snaps, but I think Caden Klaus still the starter.
Well, I really don't like the word controversial because they're both phenomenal players back there. So either one's going to do a great job as a line drive kick that's going to be bouncing down and fielded at about the 11-yard line by Russler. And he's going to be tackled down at the 30-yard line. First man there for the Indians looks like Kai Adams as well as Connell Trueluck. And it's going to be first down and 10 for McDonald County from their own 30.
Yeah, like you said, it's not a controversy by any means, but I think Caden Klaus, he's kind of secured that, at least the opening snaps, and then you kind of go from there. But Probert kind of used more as a running back than a quarterback run back.
2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side for D'Amico. He's got Mosif to his left. And it's going to be a handoff to Mosif. He's going to bounce around. There's nobody there to tackle him down. Finally, Hunter Haynes is going to bring him down after a big chunk of yardage to about the 48.5-yard line.
Yeah, there was no linebacker there to seal him up there, as they were able to do a good job there on the defensive tackles and create a hole.
9 yards on that carry for Mosif. Second down and 1. Now you got to look maybe for a play action type of scenario with it second and short. Again, 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. On the near side is Naven. Going to send a man in motion. That's Russler. And now it's going to go to Mosif to the right side this time. And again, he's got a head of steam. He's a big old running back there in the backfield. Mosif is listed at 5'8", 230 pounds. So not a whole lot of height, but a whole lot of body coming from Mosif. Got across to the 43-yard line to pick up a 4 on the play.
Yeah, when you only need 1 yard. Doesn't take a lot there, especially for a big body running back like him.
2 receivers this side for McDonald County. D'Amico's going to send a man in motion. That's Naven. And it's going to be a jet sweep to Naven trying to get to the outside. Nobody following. Hunter Haynes is going to come up and tackle him just for a 1-yard gain. Great job by Hunter Haynes to track that one down. 3 plays so far, and Haynes has got 2 tackles.
Yeah, you see there on the jet sweep, and Haynes is able to read it and be able to bounce there on the outside, and if he isn't able to get that tackle, that's a 6 or 7 yard gain.
I think Matt County will find out they can't run wide on us.
Rubik and Avon split out to the near side. I imagine Martin split out to the far side. 1H back in for McDonald County. Now they're going to go to stack formation. It's going to be rolling out to the near side. D'Amico's got Ginger in his face. He's going to throw that one out of bounds as he was looking for number 6, Naven again. Hagen Ginger applying pressure to D'Amico.
You got to watch that quarterback run, or not really run, but quarterback scramble on that play. Ginger did a good job of not allowing him to get to the outside of him.
Connell Trueluck going to check out now for the Indians, as they're going to have 3 defensive linemen on this 3rd down and 9 situation. Nickel package coming in with Blaze Graham checking in at safety. 3-3 look for the Indians on defense. 2 receivers on the near side. D'Amico going to look to pass. The left-handed quarterback drops back. Now he's still looking to step up in the pocket. It's batted down by Hagen Ginger. It's going to make it 4th down and 9 as Ginger hits himself in the helmet. He's pumped up. Great play by the senior defensive end to get his hands in the air.
Well, he did a good job because he was going to, the tackle there was trying to force him to the outside and give him a lane to run up into. Ginger saw that, able to crash back inside and then get his big paw up there and block it down.
D'Amico, the punter as well for McDonald County. Got to watch out for him. I believe that's number 11 back there, Coach. Is that correct on that number? Because it's hard to see his jersey.
Yes, you are correct.
So a right-footed kicker, but a left-footed thrower is D'Amico. And they're going to let that one roll. It's going to take McDonald County roll and go out of bounds approximately at the 10, 12-yard line, I think was we're going to take it over. Seneca will have it 1st down and 10 from their own 12.
Make sure you stay tuned after tonight's game for the Final Drive Scoreboard Show, sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Also, check out our live scoreboard during the game. Go to kneo.org/sports. Click on the scoreboard link to get the latest scores from games in the area around. Scores from games around the area as they're happening, if I could talk.
It's okay. It happens. It happens. It's early in the night. You'll get there. It's all right. I'm going to fumble over my
It might get worse.
1st down and 10, Seneca from their own 12-yard line tonight on their 2nd drive. Good job by the Indians. They allowed the 1 first down, but then they were able to stay strong, only allowing 1 yard after that initial 11 yards of gain. 2 receivers on the near side. Tyrone Harris split out to the far side. Going to send Harris in motion. And it's going to be a give to Harris. Harris has got blockers set up for him. He's at the 15 to 20, 25 30, 35 40. Got to beat Ryder Martin, makes a cut back there. He's going to slow him down enough to get back to the rest of the McDonald County Mustangs. Harris got slammed down to the turf hard. Again, that jet sweep working beautifully.
Yeah, I mean, you see Hunter Haynes there. He gives him an alley wide receiver on that side. I think Drew Sherwood was also over on this near side, and they gave him a big hole to work with.
39-yard pickup for Harris on the jet sweep play. Went for 59 last week. 9:14 to go here in the first quarter play. Seneca leading 6-0. 2 running back situation in for the Indians. Handoff's going to go to Probert to the near side, and they're going to string that one out. Probert's actually going to probably lose a yard on that one, trying to run it into the boundary. A lot of defensive push this way. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, that was a different set for Seneca because you had Hagen Ginger lined up kind of as a wide receiver there on that far side on his own. You had a couple wide receivers over here. Running on this near side with it on this hash mark is hard.
I'm not going to tip my hand too much here, but Coach Hilburn and I talk a lot of X's and O's now the last few weeks, and it's really fun to watch what he does out there and see how it's going to work out and see what the defense is going to give him. Klaus, design quarterback run, going to bounce to the left side, makes a cut back at the 47-yard line, still on his feet, the 35, 30. 25-20, makes another cut back across field to 15 to 10, 5, touchdown, Seneca Indians, touchdown, Caden Klaus as he takes it in all the way from 49 yards out, but I think there's a penalty flag sitting all the way back in the end zone if I'm not mistaken. It may not be.
I think that's
white. This is trash.
Yeah.
There's something right across the goal line, but it's a touchdown for Caden Klaus. The play's going to stand 49 yards on the quarterback draw.
Yeah, they kind of sucked it in there on Seneca or on Mack County and then went with the quarterback draw, and there was nothing left open.
Good snap this time, good hold, and kick is going to go up and through the uprights. 8:51 to go here in the first quarter play. Seneca leads 13-0 on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
Proudly supporting the Seneca Indians is Doug's Body Works. Owned and operated by Doug Scribner, they offer a 24-hour wrecker service and specialize in auto body and frame repair. Doug's Body Works is located at 1008 Oneida in Seneca and is proud to serve the local area. 417-776-8611. Go Indians!
A proud backer of the Seneca Indians is Campbell Biddlecombe Funeral Home of Seneca. Located at 1101 Cherokee, they are honored to serve the area with traditional service options including church and graveside services. They also have prearranged funeral plans. For more information, the phone number for Funeral Director Mike Steele at Campbell Biddlecombe Funeral Home of Seneca is 417-776-2251 or online campbell-biddlecomefh.com.
And welcome back here to Tom Hodge Field at Earl Campbell Stadium. Seneca, 2 possessions so far, 2 scores, 1 minute and 14 seconds so far off the clock for the Indians on their time of possession.
It's not bad.
That's
five
too
plays,
shabby.
2 touchdowns.
Back deep to receive for McDonald County, number 1, Rubick and Wilson. And it's going to be a high kick that's going to be fielded over here on the near side about the 23-yard line. Kanan Miller was giving chase, had a beat on him, and then coming up to make the play. Again, Hunter Haynes right there takes down number 9, Gordon, at about the 36, 37-yard line. Game brought to you tonight by Campbell Biddlecombe Funeral Home, the Big Nickel, Missouri Southern State University, Marine Center Incorporated, Community Bank and Trust, Langford Insurance, Dairy Queen of Seneca, First Community Bank, and Happy Egg.
If you're Seneca, you got to clean up a couple things here because they were able to get some good yardage up the middle.
1st down and 10 from their own 37 for McDonald County. 2 receivers to the far side. Harris is going to back off a little bit. He was in press coverage. Handoff's going to go to Mosef right up the middle. He's going to run into Roman Miller, and he's going to have his legs taken out also by Kai Adams, I believe. Or Kai Adams, yeah, they were helping him out as well at the 40-yard line to pick up a 3 from Mosef.
Yeah, Miller started that, and then Kai Adams kind of came in and cleaned it up.
That's been their best play, guys. It's just a zone blocking scheme, man on man, and the running back picks his hole. That may be the best thing that they can do.
And they'll probably go right back to that unless Seneca can force them into a 3rd and long situation on this 2nd and 7 play.
You got to watch Hunter Haynes over there. He almost looks offsides.
He's on press coverage. Again, it's going to be a pass, quick pass in route this time to number 8. That's Rossler. Rossler's got it hauled in across midfield to the 46-yard line. Miller on the tackle as well as Sherwood.
Yeah, just a straight slant route. Sherwood tried to dislodge it there late, wasn't able to do it.
14-yard pickup for the Mustangs, their biggest play of the night so far.
First time they're in Seneca territory, too.
And now Seneca's got to get more press coverage up front. Sherwood's playing about 4 or 5 yards off his receiver. Going to send him in motion now to the near side. That's going to be Rossler. Handoff's going to go to Mosef right up the middle. He's got a big hole. It's going to be brought down by Klaus. Also, Jace Renfro able to get a handle on him as to slow him down a little bit to the 41-yard line. A pickup of 5, second down and 5. 7:31 to go here in the first half of play. Seneca leading 13-0. There's a stoppage in play.
It's an official timeout.
So maybe an equipment issue that they're going to go discuss.
No, 68. He's hobbling a little bit.
Okay, gotcha.
So
Thank
it's
you,
it's an injury timeout, and while he kind of quietly hobbles over there.
Seneca Indian football sponsors tonight People's Bank of Seneca, Crowder College, Prolu Maintenance Center, Seneca School District, Lost Creek Wireless, Southwest Missouri Bank, Neosho Daily News, Prairie Top Chiropractic, Doug's Body Works, and Cedar Lane Farm and Garden. Now, if this is an injury stoppage, I don't know why they're allowing him to go to the sidelines, because basically they're getting him they're not even getting him the rest of the way off the field. Now, maybe they're trying to get him back on. That's why they're taking the timeout, because McDonald County should be assessed a timeout right now since they're trying to maybe get him back in the game, but he's going to go ahead and make his way to the sideline.
I was going to say, he's not going to be in this next play. That's an injury timeout. So he's having a hard time walking, and they're trying to find another big body there to get him to the sideline.
But they stopped him just past the hash at the numbers instead of just getting on off the field if he's truly injured type of situation.
Well, he's definitely injured.
Oh, he's definitely injured. But my point is getting him off the field to continue play. And now McDonald County's using it basically as a full timeout over on the sideline. They're not going to be charged with one.
I mean, Seneca used it as a timeout too. So
second down and 5 now for McDonald County. 2 receivers to the near side with Navin and Rubik. Russell to the far side. H back in this time for McDonald County. Mosef to the right. And it's going to be a quick hitter again. And pass is going to be in and out of the hands of Rossler. Good defense there by Drew Sherwood to bat that one free. A little bit behind the intended target. That ball is more on target. Rossler's got another big game.
I was going to say, I think that was more just behind the wide receiver, and he just dropped it there.
Yeah. Had to wait for the ball a little bit, allow Sherwood to catch up, and then knock that free as soon as he had that in his hands. 7:01 to go here in the first quarter play here at Tom Hodge Field.
You have to think on the plus side of the 50, if this gets to a 4th down, they probably are going for it.
Trips to the near side. Ryder Martin, Rossler, and Navin split out to the near side. Rubik on the far side. D'Amico's going to look to pass, looking for the quick hitter, and that's going to be a flag.
No
flag. Oh, I thought he got there early. Looked like Tyrone Harris may have got there early, but no flag on the play. 4th down and 5.
They're just going that quick hitter there, and Harris read it perfectly and was able to knock him down. And it looks like they may punt here, Seth, but I think if they do, they're playing punt safe, and Seneca may not have anybody back. Just make sure that they actually punt the football, because like you said, when your quarterback's the punter, you got to be aware of anything, and they're trying to play the field position game, which Seneca has proven these past 2 weeks. It doesn't seem to matter.
Good snap. Seneca bringing a little bit of pressure with Renfro and Ginger, but they're just going to let that one bounce. It takes a sideways bounce to the far sideline at the 15 and continues to roll down to about the 13.
Community Bank and Trust, proudly serving our customers for the past 140 years. You may visit their branch at 1102 South Cherokee for all your banking needs. Member FDIC and equal housing lender, proud sponsor of the Seneca Indians.
Looks like they got the ball all the way down in the 13. We'll say they marked it's down to the 13-yard line now, so Seneca gets a 1-yard advantage from their previous spot.
Well, I was going to say they had, 96 yards?
80 a while ago.
Yeah.
2 receiver to the far side, 1 tight on the near side. That's Ginger. Klaus shotgun formation, low snap. He's going to hand it off to Miller. Miller is going to get wrapped up and taken down from behind. And it's going to make it second down after about maybe a yard pick. I don't even think he got back to the line of scrimmage. It was it. Second down and 10.
Again, low snap there for Klaus having to try and pick up.
And the snap, makes those mesh points all that much more slower to develop, and so it gives the defense a chance to recover. Now McDonald County go into 4-2. Still in their 4-2, going to walk up a cornerback to an outside linebacker position. How they're going to look like they're going to blitz another corner. It's almost like a 4-4 look. Handoff's going to go to Miller. Going to dance around a little bit. He's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and trying to take defenders with him. He's not going to get much there again. It's going to make it 3rd down and 10.
He may have gotten a yard. It looks like he got up to the 14.
So Seneca trying to figure some things out right now on this type of run play that they've ran the last two plays, there's not a whole lot brewing there after we've seen carries of 49, 39, 49, and 11.
Well, they're putting basically 8, 9 guys in the box there, and so they're dedicated to try and stop the run. At some point, if you're Seneca, you should have an open wide receiver on a play-action pass, as I think Cody's calling a timeout.
5:37 to go here in the first quarter play. Seneca leading 13-0. We'll step aside for 60 here on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
Prater's Pharmacy in Seneca is a proud supporter of the Seneca Indians. The pharmacy is open from 9 to 5:30 Monday through Friday and from 9 to 1 on Saturday. They offer an automatic refill program and internet refill service online at praterspharmacy.com and through their mobile apps. They also have a drive-through window. Prater's Pharmacy at 1711 Cherokee in Seneca, 417-776-8701. Go Indians!
The staff at Mid-America Specialty Markets, along with Jamie and Terry Langford, are proud to serve our community and support the local high school students in their extracurricular activities this school year. Langford Insurance specializes in life, agribusiness, commercial, and personal insurance needs. Please stop by and see us at our office at 908 Washington Avenue, or call us at 417-776-LIFE. Or visit us at midaminsurance.com.
3rd down and 9. It's going to be a screen to Tyrone Harris. Tunnel screen. He's got the first down. Still on his feet. The 25. Makes a couple defenders miss. Finally going to be brought down a little bit further downfield. Brought down by Rossler at the 31-yard line. 1st down and 10. Nice tunnel screen there for the Indians. Haven't seen that one out of the playbook from Coach Hilburn this year.
Yeah, and you see a couple blockers able to get out there and get an extra block. I think Hagan was one of them, to get down there and get them a couple extra yards.
5:22 to go here in the first quarter. Seneca leading 13-0. Ball on their own 31-yard line. 1st down and 10 as there's trips to the far side this time for Klaus. Miller to his right. Hagen Ginger in tight on the near side as well. And it's going to be a design quarterback run to the right side. Got to make one man miss, and he's going to get his feet wrapped up and taken down. Coming up to make the play, number 9, Gordon for McDonald County at the 38.
Still a good chunk of yardage there if you can get 7 yards to carry for Caden, and it was kind of amusing there. 2 Mack County players, one of them cleared his own other guy out, so they kind of blocked themselves out, and that allowed Klaus to get to the outside.
Similar look, this time just 2 receivers to the far side. Adams checks in at the H-back. Handoff's going to go to Miller right up the middle to the left side. He's going to try to hurdle over the defensive line, and he's going to get tripped up. He's got enough for the first down to the 42. A pick up a 4 for Miller on that carry.
Longest drive of the night for Seneca. It's hard to believe you have to say that when, 4:33 counting, you got 2 touchdowns already.
You're close to midfield, maybe 4 down territory. Be looking for them to take a shot.
Yeah, we had the ball for 2 minutes. This doubles our time of possession the entire night so far. Ginger split out to the near side, but he actually is hugging the line a little bit. 2 running backs in. It's going to be Klaus running it right to the left side, and he's going to run into a lot of contact, trying to spin for it and shake free. Unable to get a whole lot of yardage, but he's able to get to the 46. A pickup of about 4 on the play.
But you love that. These Seneca, whether it be Miller, whether it be Probert, whether it be Klaus, they don't go down on first contact, because he had first contact at about the 39-yard line, or 44-yard line, and he was able to carry guys for 2 extra yards.
Graham going to be split on the near side this time with Sherwood. Ball right in the middle of the field, almost at midfield. Ginger split out to the far side. 4-2 look from McDonald County, looking like they're going to show a blitz in the B gap. Now it's going to be Klaus rolling out to look. He's going to take off and run because Kai Adams was covered up. He's across midfield at the 45, 40. Down the sideline, going to be forced out of bounds by Rubik. But it's a 1st down and 10. Excellent job there by Caden Klaus, because he was looking for the arrow route on Kai Adams coming across from the H-back position. That was picked up by the outside linebacker defensive end. So Klaus has tucked it under his shoulder, under his arm, and ran down for the 1st down across midfield to the 31.
Good job there by Ginger on the outside, and I think Hunter Haynes was out there too, maybe Harris on this side, to pick up an extra block and realize, hey, he's running the ball, not trying to pass it, and pick up a couple extra yards, and by a couple, probably be about 15.
Well, you got 23 on that, or 22 on that play. Klaus going to run the option to the far side. He's going to pitch it to Miller. Miller's got Green in front of him. He's at the 20, the 15, lowers his shoulder at the 17, still on his feet, finally forced out of bounds inside the 15. They're going to say he stepped out at the 15.
What a great job there by Caden Klaus waiting. You see that edge player. He was able to go, but it was 1-on-2 where he was trying to take both the quarterback and the running back, and Klaus waited about as long as he could before he pitched the ball.
3:20 to go here in the first quarter play. Ball on McDonald County's 15, Seneca on the drive.
Got 15 on the play clock, and you're just getting the play in. We'll have to see if Seneca gets a second time out here.
They're going to be quickly up to the ball. They're going to hustle up. 6 seconds left in the play clock. 2 receivers split out to the near side. Going to send Graham in motion from far side to near side. It's going to be a quarterback keeper for Klaus. Runs into his own defensive lineman.
Offensive lineman,
excuse me. Ran into Scribner. Scribner was trying to get downfield, and Scribner comes up hobbling a little bit. Hopefully he's okay. A pickup of about 5 on the play. Let's say 4 down to 11. So Seneca can get a first down.
Yeah, it looks like about the 5-yard line, 6-yard line, they can get a first down.
So 4-yard pickup for Klaus on that carry.
This is a nice methodical drive here for Seneca. And they have been able to prove this year that starting position does not seem to matter.
4 minutes off the clock on this drive. 2 receivers to the far side. Klaus going to hand it to Miller. Now it's going to be reverse to Tyrone Harris. Klaus blocking downfield. Picks him up just enough at the 5. Reaching out for the end zone. Touchdown, Seneca Indians. Touchdown, Tyrone Harris as he takes the end around for the touchdown from 11 yards out.
And it's a good thing Klaus was there. He becomes a lead blocker, gets just enough of that defender as Miller able to cut it up on the inside. Or that was Harris, able to cut it up on the inside into the end zone for Seneca.
On to attempt the point after for the Indians, Drew Sherwood, Klaus the holder, and Lane Scribner the snapper. Here comes the snap, good hold, kick is up, and it is no good, they say. It looked like it went through the uprights, but it's going to sail right to the right. 19-0 your score, 2:32 to go here in the first quarter on the KNO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
I'm a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent. I'm for working hard for what you get and then protecting what you've got. Your home, your vehicles, your life. I'm for making an honest living and taking pride in what you do, and for giving back to the community I call home. I'm for serving my clients with the respect and dignity you would expect from the farmers that started this company. And though I know you probably hope you never need me, I'm here for you when you do. I'm a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and if you're a Missourian, I'm for you.
I am Josh Dotson with Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance Services. If you're in Missouri, I'm for you.
People's Bank of Seneca. We care about your journey every step of the way. Since 1996, visit us in Joplin, Neosho, or Seneca. PeoplesBankOfSeneca.com. Member FDIC. Proud sponsor of area athletics. Let's score big together.
Welcome back to Tom Hodge Field here in Seneca, Missouri. Indians leading 19-0 with 2:32 to go here in the first quarter of play. I said the ball might have sailed over the right upright. It could have been the left upright. Either way, it's right. Depends on which way you're looking at the field. So, there's no wrong in calling a left upright, right upright. Drew Sherwood going to kick this one away for the Indians. It's going to angle it to the near sideline. It's going to go over the hands. It's touched by Gordon there. It's going to be picked up by the next man back. That's going to be Rossler. Rossler's going to be wrestled down to the turf by Hunter Haynes and Blaze Graham. And Gordon got hit hard. It went off his fingertips. He tried to reach up and get that one. It was a big hit. I'm not sure who came down and made that hit first, but, man, he put Gordon on his back.
Keep up on the latest Seneca broadcast ball game schedule. Be sure to like us on Facebook, facebook.com/KNO Radio. Follow us on X, Twitter, KNO917 Sports. Seneca softball earned the number 4 seed in Class 3, District 6. They play at Cassville on Thursday night against Logan Rogersville. 7 o'clock, audio-only broadcast for you from Cassville Thursday night.
Navin split out to the near side, 2 receivers to the far side. Handoff's going to go to Mosef up the middle. He's got a gap, and then Caden Klaus is going to have to take him down at the 26-yard line. Again, that is the biggest gainer for McDonald County right now, just getting Mosef on that zone blocking.
Yeah, they're doing a good job of gumming up the linebackers because there's no linebackers there when Klaus has to come and make the tackle at his safety position.
6-yard pickup for Mosef. Ball sitting at McDonald County's 27-yard line. 2nd down and 4. 1:55 to go here in the first quarter of play. D'Amico, handoff, Mosef. Trying to bounce through there and wrap him up is going to be Kai Adams. The first man there was Miller. Miller plugged that gap because they were trying to hit the same gap again. Miller slowed him up enough, and Adams was able to scrape free and take down Mosif, only picking up 1 yard on the same type of play to the other side.
I was going to say, maybe got a yard there, but third down here again for Matt County, who has not been able to sustain any kind of success here so far.
Well, you see that their slant routes, their post routes have been open for them tonight. They might try that one here on this next play because D'Amico's just got to put the ball right on the money.
I watch a quarterback draw here too. You're spreading them out. That leaves the middle of the field wide open.
And they're trying to isolate Russell on the far side. 2 receivers on the near side, 1 on the far side. Handoff's going to go to Mosif, and he's going to stood up at the line to gain. He's going to have enough momentum to take him forward for the first down to the 31-yard line. Needed to get to the 31. He got to the 31. Connell Trueluck and Kai Adams there on the stop. And we're going to see they're going to go ahead and say first down. He looked like he had it just enough. So he needed 3, and he got 3.
It's kind of interesting huddle here for Matt County. It's kind of a, I don't know what you would call it, but kind of a mush huddle because you have the lineman and the quarterback and running back all in the huddle, and then you have your wide receivers looking at the sideline for the play.
2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Rossler split out to the near side. Going to send a man in motion. I believe that's Gordon. And he's going to stop right next to D'Amico. And it's going to be D'Amico running to the near side. And he's getting up as he got taken down was Nolan Napier. Gets right up, and D'Amico runs right into his arm. A big hit from the senior defensive end. Hagen Ginger there to help him out. And it's going to make it 2nd down and 10. Maybe a gain of 1 on the play. We'll see where they mark as forward progress.
Yeah, I mean, you look at it, Ginger coming from that backside, and Napier able to shred his defender and say, oh, thank you very much. I'd love a bear hug.
Last week, that was kind of their bread and butter. They needed about 4 or 5 yards. It was D'Amico taking it from the quarterback position as the clock expires for the first quarter of play. Look for maybe try to get D'Amico going here in the second quarter. After 1 quarter of play, Seneca leads this one 19-0 here on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
Finding answers to questions is easier than ever. It doesn't matter how complex or simple your question is, the answer is just a few taps away. Except maybe these kinds of questions.
Who am I? Where did man come from? What is the purpose of man on this earth? Does life have any meaning?
Billy Graham knew the answer to that last question is yes.
There is more to life than death. Jesus taught us the dignity and the importance of being a person. God put us on this earth for a purpose, and our purpose is to fellowship with God and glorify God. And the great need of the human race at this hour is reconciliation to God.
Would you like to know how you can have a relationship with God? We'd love to help. Just call us at 855-255-PRAY. That's 855-255-PRAY. We're the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association.
As we get the second quarter of play underway here at Tom Hodge Field, Seneca leading 19-0 as McDonald County 2nd down and 9 staring them in the face.
Now, scoreboard has 2nd and 10, but I think you're right, Seth. He maybe got a half a yard this last run.
I think D'Amico just trying to draw the defense off sides as Mosif's got a big hole to run through, but coming up to fill the spot is Kai Adams. Good job by Connell Trueluck and Nolan Napier to help out as well. It's going to make it 3rd down and long here. The ball placed at the 33-yard line, so just a pickup of 1.
I was going to say 3rd down and long is what Seneca loves to live by, as that side judge was talking to some of the Matt County players. I'm not sure what about, but
may have some too many guys getting close to the line of play, a sideline warning type of thing. Hey, guys, I don't want to have to blow my whistle here, throw a flag, give you the warning, so let's go ahead and back up. Either way.
Well, I was going to say it was more towards the players on the field, not behind them.
2 receivers split out to the near side, Rossler and Rubik. 1 receiver split out to the far side. Again, trying to draw the defense off sides as D'Amico's going to look to pass, looking for the screen. He's got a man wide open. That's his running back. He's going to be brought down from behind by Kai Adams. And that's going to be his H-back on the screen. And that's number 26, James.
That was a beautiful play call by them because Seneca just went all forward and he was able to dump it in behind as neither Napier or Ginger could get a hand on the ball.
A 9-yard pass completion there to the H-back, James. Again, Seneca, I mean, our defensive ends went flying upfield on that one. You got to break down on that one and find the guy. Usually we do a pretty good job of that. We've seen that happen against, I believe it was Cassville, if I'm not mistaken, on the screen. As the handoff's going to go to Mosef this time to the left side. He's got a little bit of room to run. He's going to be running into Blaze Graham and Brody Probert. Going to bring him down at the 49-yard line. Again, Mosef is a big back. I don't think he played in the backfield much last week because 26 was the featured back last week for McDonald County.
May have some injuries here this week that they didn't have last week, but
or vice versa. Mosef may have been injured last week, didn't play. Now he's back this week. 7-yard pickup for Mosef on his 9th carry of the night. 2 receivers split out to the far side this time for D'Amico. 1 receiver to the near side. That's Rossler. And it's going to be a handoff again to Mosef. Mosef is going to be wrapped up from behind by Brody Probert, and he takes him down for a loss on the play. Back to the 48. Good job by Probert bursting through the line to wrap up Mosef and take him down.
Yeah, Probert was the first one there, and then he got him low, and then Miller was able to finish him off high. We always talk about how you need to gang tackle, and Seneca was able to do that there.
That's their first negative play of the night, other than passing where it's incomplete. That's their first negative play. We need to see more of that from the Indians defense. 9:30 to go here in the first half of play. Seneca leading 19-0.
You could see a quarterback draw here, scramble where he can run. I would not be surprised if that happens.
As McDonald County having troubles getting their players lined up. H-back to the near side, that's James. And it's going to be play action looking downfield. And he's going to find Russler wide open, and he's going to have enough for the first down at the 43-yard line, brought down immediately by Sherwood out of bounds to the 44, excuse me.
I was able to come back there, a little bit of a comeback route, and leave enough space for his quarterback to have a good throw and get there and have a first down, as this has been the longest sustained drive for Mack County, and I think they're saying, hey, we want to make sure to leave as little time for Seneca's offense as possible.
2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. 3-man front for Seneca, 3-3 stack look for Seneca. Handoff's going to go to Mosef. He's going to dance around. Miller's going to wrap him up and coming up to help out the rest of the Seneca defense. To the 41-yard line he goes. They'll pick up a 3 on the play. 2nd down and 7. I believe that was to, I thought that was to Mosef, but it looked like it was to James, number 26.
James,
yeah.
26.
So down to the 41-yard line, 2nd down and 7 after the 3-yard pickup by James.
They look a lot alike, Seth. Big, thick running back.
Yes, very stocky guys. 2 receivers on the near side, 1 on the far side this time. He's going to send Rossler in motion. And it's going to be a handoff to James. James is going to run right into Roman Miller, I believe it is. Takes him down at the 40, maybe to the 40. Yes, right to the 40-yard line. Pickup of 1, 3rd down and 6.
Again, 3rd down and long here for Mack County, but they love those slant routes. So if you're Seneca, they've been targeting Drew Sherwood. You have to play up and bump him.
Well, they went to Rossler the last time. It was just basically a curl route to him, letting him get downfield, or a short out route if you will.
Yeah, it was against Sherwood, though, and so they've been targeting him. So if you're Sherwood, you got to try and disrupt the route as he is playing up, see if he'll bump him off the route.
3rd down and 6. And it's going to be play action, looking to get the screen to the backside, coming up to make the tackles. Caden Klaus at about the 36-yard line. He's going to be 2 yards short. 4th down and 2.
I don't know if that was zone coverage for Seneca, but I think Miller may have tripped, so good job by Klaus to get him on the backside there and force him out of bounds.
So we're going to say he picked up 3 on the play, so it's going to be 4th down and 3.
And Seneca going to go heavier here, bring in an extra defensive tackle for Blaze Graham.
Fellas, help me out here. Who caught that ball just now? I completely lost that one. Was that to Rossler, I believe? As we're going quickly on the line here, 2 running backs in, trying to get Seneca defense to jump offside. It's going to be a handoff to Mosef. He's going to run into Probert. He's going to be fighting for the extra yards. He's going to be on the spot, and it looks like he's going to be short as the far side judge has him at the 35. He's going to be a yard short as Probert stops him and takes him down. Probert giving up a little bit of weight there to Mosef. Mosef comes up a little bit exhausted, but good job by the Seneca defense to stand strong.
Yeah, Mosef was able to take 2 guys, but that's where gang tackling comes into play. They were able to get 3-4 guys there and get him down before he caught the ball. And Seth, I'll try and figure out who caught that last pass.
I don't know why I didn't catch that. I think it was number 8 Rossler, but I'm not certain. 1st down and 10 Seneca, 7:45 to go here in the first half of play. Trips to the near side this time for Klaus. And it's going to be play action. Looking downfield. He's going to step up, looking for the deep ball to Graham. Graham's got to step on his man. He hauls it in at the 30-yard line, and it's going to be a touchdown. Seneca Indians touchdown, Blaze Graham. On the 65-yard pass completion, the defender fell down as Graham got a little bit of separation. He had crossing routes with Haynes and Graham Graham just had to wait for that one as the defender fell down, Rubik. And it's a touchdown for Seneca.
And a good job there by the offensive line. They gave him plenty of time. You saw he had to pump fake twice and had plenty of time. They gave him a good pocket to step up in and set Seneca going for 2 here to try and get a couple of those points back.
Heavy set in. Oh, excuse me, not the heavy set. It's going to be Probert in at quarterback. Miller to the left of him. It's going to be Probert running to the left. He's going to lower shoulder to the goal line. He's in for the 2-point conversion. 7:33 to go here. Seneca now leads 27-0 on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Seneca is the place to go before or after the game. Check out their amazing menu of fan-favorite blizzards like Oreo or cookie dough. Happy hour is daily from 2 to 5 p.m. That means everything you can drink from a straw is half price, excluding premium shakes. Don't forget to grab one of their $7 meal deals or their signature stack burgers and top it off with a Misty Slush. The Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Seneca, located at 308 Washington, open daily from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Proud to support the Seneca Indians.
Hey, it's that time of year again. On Friday nights, you can come out and watch the Seneca Indians play football. And then on Sundays, let me invite you to come right next door to the Seneca football field to the Seneca Church of Christ. On Sundays, we have Bible classes for all age groups at 9 a.m. and worship services at 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. On Wednesdays, we have Bible classes at 7 p.m. And on Tuesday mornings during the school year, we have Devo and Donuts at 7 a.m. for all junior high and high school students. We'd love to have you come visit us. We are proud supporters of the Seneca Indians. Go Indians!
And we welcome you back. The 12-second drive for the Indians. One play, 65 yards on the completion from Klaus to Graham. Seneca leads at 27-0 after the 2-point conversion by Probert. Sherwood's got this one teed up. Back deep to receive for McDonald County. It's going to be a short kick this time that Gordon's going to come up and field at the 30-yard line. So make a couple guys miss. Then he's going to run into, coming off the turf. Let me see if I can get a number on that one. That's Probert again.
Pendergraph down there too.
Probert was taking on a blocker and then shed the block at the last second to dive out and slow down Gordon.
Yeah, I think Pendergraph was at the bottom of the pile there too. So good job there on special teams for the Indians. So, Seth, you said, I think, what was it, a 6-minute drive for Mack County, and they still can't score?
It's not too bad. Not too bad. 6:47 on their last drive. I haven't gotten how many plays they ran yet. First down and 10 from McDonald County at their own 41. Going to send Mosef in motion. It's going to be an empty set for D'Amico. He's going to take off and run. He's going to run into a host of Seneca defenders. He kind of lowered his shoulder, and he took the blunt of that force coming from Probert and Adams.
I mean, there for a second, it was open on that side, but Seneca did a good job of crashing down and getting him before he got too big a gain. Looks like about 3 yards on the play. Still 7 minutes to go till we hit halftime, Seth, so long ways to go.
Rubik and Rossler split out to the near side. Mosef in the backfield. Second down and 7. Handoff's going to go to Mosef. Mosef's going to run into Graham and Miller at the 50-yard line. A big hit there from Graham. Again, Mosef, 5'8", 230 pounds. He's a lower center of gravity, and Seneca defenders trying to get low as well.
Yeah, I mean, Miller kind of got ran over there a little bit. He went low to try and stop him, and Mosef just went over him.
So a 6-yard pickup from Mosef on that play. Right now, Seneca defensive line unable to get much penetration to slow down Mosef in the backfield. So they got to look to get a little bit better of getting rid of their blockers to help out on the bigger body Mosef. D'Amico trying to get Seneca defense to jump off sides. That's going to be a handoff to, it's going to be a dump pass now to James in the flat. He's wide open, and coming up to make the tackle is Blaze Graham and Brody Probert, but not before James can get across midfield to the 40-yard line.
Ginger almost had another one of those tips that he's become known for. Just nice job there by D'Amico to get it over his head.
So a 10-yard pass out to James in the flat from the H-back position, taking a page out of Seneca's playbook. 5:58 to go here in the first half of play. Game brought to you tonight by Newmack Electric, Prater's Pharmacy, Seneca Church of Christ, Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, Christian Healthcare Ministries, Four State Sports Report, Missouri Farm Bureau Agent Josh Dotson, Gatson Snack, and Neosho Chamber of Commerce. And now there's stoppage in play here. It looks like Seneca may have called the timeout.
No, Hoover did. It was Matt County.
You're right. I looked like the side judge on this side blew that one dead. I was like, okay.
No, it was the other side. I saw it.
5:39 to go here in the first half of play. Seneca leading 27-0 on the KNO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
Billy Graham talks about driving.
I read about a woman who tried her driver's test for the 38th time and failed. And perhaps you've tried nearly that many times for a license spiritually, to sit in the driver's seat of your own life. I'm asking you to move over and trust the Holy Spirit to drive and control your life. You can be alive right now physically, but your soul is dead. Your spirit is dead, and you keep searching for something and you can't find it. You'll never find what you're looking for in life till you come to the cross of Christ and are born again. Do you know Christ? Are you sure? God can give you a whole new life, a transformation that you never dreamed existed, if you let Him.
Discover how you can let God get behind the wheel of your life at findpeacewithgod.net. That's findpeacewithgod.net. We're the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association.
As we come back to break, the handoff's going to go to Russler on the jet sweep. Roman Miller was trying to set the edge on the far side. He had a penalty because that was a holding all the way as Miller couldn't shake free. Was finally able to spin out of it, so the referee throws his flag at the 40-yard line. It'll come back 10 yards. That's our first penalty of the game. That's pretty good.
Yeah, both teams there doing a good job, and that's right at the line of scrimmage. So it'll be 1st and 20 here for Mack County as everyone at the Neosho Daily News wishes the Seneca Indians good luck.
27-0 your score, 5:32 to go here in the first half of play. 1st down and 20 now for McDonald County. I kind of have a feeling Coach Hoover's going to try to get some big chunks of yardage quickly on this one because, he's had that run game. The last series for them went 44 yards on 13 plays. So now they got to get big chunks of yardage as they have trips to the near side, one to the far side for the Mustangs.
Seneca is playing bump and run coverage.
D'Amico going to look to pass, sets his feet, going for the deep ball now. And it's going to be incomplete. Not sure who that was to.
It was trying to get to number 6 there, Sherwood.
That was Adams covering him on that one. It looked like it.
Yeah, and he kind of shoved him there a little bit late. It looked like the official may have started reaching for his flag, and then he went to himself. That wasn't catch. I know theoretically you're not supposed to throw intent in there, but with how far away it was, he said, I'm not going to bother throwing the flag.
Well, there is no ball was uncatchable in high school. So.
Right.
3 receivers on the near side with Rossler, Martin, and Navin. D'Amico going to look to pass once again, looking for the out route, and that's going to be caught. That's going to be a pass interference on Probert because he was all over the intended target while the ball was in there. He reached his hand in, but you can't have contact.
It hit the wide receiver's head, too, his helmet.
Yeah, and there's 2 flags on the play. The back judge and the side judge both had that one. It's going to be a PI. It's still a 2nd down and 5 situation, so you have your first holding penalty made at 2nd and 20. Now it's going to be 2nd and 5.
Yeah.
And that was to Martin, I believe, on this out route to the near side.
Yeah,
now,
and he threw it before the wide receiver was even out of his break.
Going back, Martin, Probert, back when they were in the youth leagues, used to play travel football together. After the youth leagues were over, they would go to Branson, they would go to Waynesville and play together. So Martin and Probert have a little bit of history between each other. It's good to see them out there going against each other on a Friday night. 2nd down and 5 after the PI. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Handoff's going to go to most of it. No, it's D'Amico giving me a shoulder fake. And Hunter Haynes is right underneath that one, and it's going to be caught. A great catch by number 1 on the near sideline down to the 14-yard line. Great coverage by Hunter Haynes. I'm not sure if he came down with that one because he had to reach out, and it looked like it may have got jarred free. Coach, you were right there on top of that one. I don't know if you were able to see it.
No, that was a great catch. I mean, Hunter Haynes got great position on him, turned around, looked at the ball. The ball was just thrown over the receiver's head, and he just made a great catch.
So a 21-yard pickup there to number 1, Rubik, his first reception of the night. Excuse me.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, as they still can get a first down as the ball's at the 14-yard line.
2 receivers on the near side, going to send Russler in motion. And it's going to be a handoff to Russler, trying to spread that jet sweep out. Coming out for the outside is Roman Miller. He's going to spin him down and take him down. And they're going to call a cowboy call. It looked like he got a hold of his jersey only. I'm not certain about that one. It looked like jersey all the way. Again, I'm also 50 yards away. But
they're going to have a conversation because the ref was in the back there too. But
I don't think he got a horse collar at all.
But that's what they're going to call.
Cowboy collar, that'd be half the distance to the goal.
And it's, well, I was going to say.
That was going to be a tackle for a loss. And instead it goes from a tackle for a loss to half the distance to the goal. First, it shouldn't be first down and goal. It'll be at the 7-yard line. So it'll be.
Is that first and goal, or is it first and about 2
or 3 yards? Yeah.
They're going to mark him at the 8.
So that's going to take him down to the 8, you said, Coach?
8-yard line.
So it's going to be a 6-yard penalty. Can make it 2nd down and 4.
First down
Excuse me, first down and 4.
Repeat the down.
And McDonald County going to break the huddle here, looking to score here. A couple penalties have given McDonald County a lot of yardage.
Late sub by them.
And they've got plenty of time, too. 2 receivers split out to the near side. D'Amico going to hand the ball off. Now he's going to play action, looking for the screen to the backside. Coming up to make the hit is Tyrone Harris. Shoves him out of bounds. The big hit from Harris.
It's right around that first down marker. He's at the 6, I think.
And they have him at about the 5.5, 6-yard line, so a pickup of 2, 2nd down and 2. So just a pickup of 2 to Martin on that pass completion from D'Amico.
This is when you need to get up inside your crawl space and start bumping them off the line of scrimmage and hang with them. Knock them off their route.
They've got James in the backfield. They got a different H-back in now, does McDonald County.
It's Martin at H-back.
Going to send a man in motion, and it's going to be D'Amico taking it to the left side, dancing around now, bouncing backwards, and he's going to be wrapped up by about 5 Seneca defenders there as the ball comes free, but that was going to be blown dead as the forward progress had been stopped as he was in the grass. Back there in the backfield, number 42 for McDonald County, Jarrett McCool, the 5'10", 205-pound H-back for McDonald County. They're going to say he got forward progress to the 5, so it's going to make it 3rd down and 1.
But for it starting 1st and 4, to make it 3rd down here is pretty impressive for the Indians. Obviously, you want to turnover on downs here if you're Seneca, don't allow them to score.
Penalty yardage helping the Mustangs out here. 3:34 to go in the first half. Seneca leading 27-0. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Mosef checks back in. James at H-back. 1 tight end. Going to send a man in motion. That's going to be Gordon. It's going to be a handoff to Mosef. He's got a head of steam. He's going to have maybe enough for the first down. It's going to depend on the spot. I believe he may have got to the 4-yard line.
I was going to say this near side judge has him at the 4, which would be 1st and goal. He only needed a yard, and that's about what he got.
3:16 to go here in the first half. So clock is one thing.
They got him marked just inside the 4-yard line, and I agree. I think it's going to be a first down.
Well, they're going to measure it here.
They're going to bring the chains out, maybe trying to give Seneca kind of a chance to recover. I don't know if that's now Coach Hilburn's not even requesting the measurement, so it's just an official's measurement here. I'd give him the first down. If he got to the 4, I'm going to say he probably got it on this one.
Maybe the field's crooked. Who knows? It's maybe marked crooked. I don't know.
Sponsors for tonight's game: People's Bank of Seneca, Crowder College, Prolube Maintenance Center, and the Seneca School District, as well as Lost Creek Wireless. And he got the first down by about a nose of the football, didn't he, Coach?
I mean, the first down's on the 4. He had him marked inside the 4, so.
First down and goal here after the 1-yard carry by Mosef.
For Seneca, you try and wrap up, and the first guy wrap up, see if the 2nd, 3rd, 4th guys can dislodge the football here and not allow a touchdown.
D'Amico shotgun to make Mosef go in motion, and D'Amico's going to look to run, as it looks like Jace Renfro might have got hands to the face and a hold, but there's no penalty flag as Renfro is coming free on that far side. D'Amico's going to get down to about the 2, maybe 2.5-yard line. It's going to make it 2nd down and goal.
This is a big drive here for both teams because Mack County deferred to start the game. So if they go in and score, and then potentially get the ball to start the second half, you could be looking at a 27-13, 14 game not very long into the 3rd quarter.
2 receivers on the near side. James at the H-back on the far side. Mosef to the right of D'Amico. And it's going to be a handoff to Mosef, and Roman Miller's going to come up and take him down and stop him short. No gain on the play. Going to make it 3rd down and goal.
I think you got to watch for some of those kind of in routes potentially where a tight end tries to sneak in and go in behind the linebackers in front of the safeties, because Seneca is, for obvious reasons, playing the run, but you got to watch for those looking passes.
3rd down and goal, ball at the 3, 2:05 to go here in the first half. Seneca need to come up strong here with this play. 10 seconds left on the play clock as they break the huddle. Quickly now to the line for McDonald County. Seneca shifting heavy to the H-back side. Going to send a man in motion. And it's going to be play action. No, they're going to stop.
Vancouver called a timeout.
As there was a timeout on the field before the play could get snapped. We'll step aside for 30 seconds to come back right after this.
Being a Lion comes with a reputation for excellence. Whether it's in the classroom, on the court, or in the community, Lions are leading the way. With innovative and immersive academic programs, new scholarship opportunities, and a campus committed to the future, now is the perfect time to find your purpose. Find your pride at Missouri Southern State University.
Third down and goal coming up for McDonald County. 1:49 to go here in the first half of play. Seneca with the 27-0 lead, and Coach Hilburn explaining to the official right now, my guys can't get free. They're holding on to the inside, and they're trying to shake away the defender, or excuse me, the offensive lineman. They're not able to do so. So hopefully Seneca can come up with a stop right here on the third down and goal situation from about the 2-yard line.
And I mean, this Seneca defense has done a good job, because you think about it, it was 4th and 1 from the 5, so they've had about 7 snaps within the 10-yard line, and they're having a hard job just getting a couple yards.
H back to the left, that's James. 2 receivers on the near side, 1 to the far side. Mostert to the right of D'Amico. And it's going to be a play action again, looking for the pass. It's going to be caught by Rubick, and he's got the touchdown. It's just a little quick turnaround and go back to the pylon for Rubick, and they're able to score as the play action pass went good for McDonald County.
Had to wonder if at some point a play action pass was coming there, and just better throw and better catch by Mack County that time.
On to attempt the kick for McDonald County is number 80, excuse me, for McDonald County. That is Keaton, and it's good. 27-7 your score, 1:44 to go here in the first half on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
Marine Center Incorporated is a sponsor of Seneca Athletics. In business since 1979, they offer Mercury and Suzuki motors, along with low boats as well as boat repairs. Located at 4961 Highway 43 in Joplin, Missouri, open Monday through Friday 9 to 5, Saturday 9 to 12, and closed on Sunday. For more information, the phone number is 417-781-7450 or online at marinecenterjoplin.com. The Marine Center Incorporated, where the slogan is, your family boating headquarters.
1:44 to go here in the first half of play. Seneca leading 27-7 as, again, McDonald County goes on about 5.5 minute drive, and they're able to capitalize on a third down and goal situation from the 2. They tried to continue to run the ball. They had 1st down and 4 at the 8, and it took them 6 plays to punch it in. 6 plays to get 8 yards. That's a good job by the Seneca defense. Yes, they gave up the score, but 6 plays gave up 8 yards.
Watch another onside kick here.
Seneca got their hands team out, so to speak. Wagner, their kicker here, and it's going to be another onside kick that Jude King's going to come up and field. He's just going to dive forward to the 43-yard line. Good job by King. He fielded that at the 40-yard line and got about 4 yards on the return, so good job by King.
Yeah, good job, and you get good field position here at the 43-yard line. I don't think you need to change anything. You got 2 timeouts left, and the way you've been running the ball, you can still punch the ball in the end zone one more time here before halftime.
So a 2-yard pass completion, able to put McDonald County on the board. Trips to the near side this time for the Indians. And it's going to be Klaus. Screen pass to Graham. Graham makes the first man. Oh, just gets tripped up as he gets across the 45 to the 46.
Yeah, kind of tripped himself there. He was able to make the first guy miss, but unfortunately just kind of slipped there on the turf. You're kind of going medium speed here. You're still huddling, but hurrying up enough that you can get plenty of plays off here.
2nd down and 7. Klaus going to fake it. Now he's going to take off and run. I think that was a busted play from the get-go because he was looking to hand it to Miller. Miller was already upfield blocking, and it's going to be a timeout for Seneca with 1:13 to go here in the first half. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Gas and Snack in Seneca is proud to support the Seneca Indians and be a part of the Seneca community. With 2 locations in the Seneca area, 1608 Cherokee and just north of Highway U on Highway 43, they offer gas as well as pop and a variety of other snacks. The Gas and Snack in Seneca, Missouri is owned by Nick and Sandra Whitehead, proud supporters of the Seneca Indians.
And welcome back here, 1:13 to go. Seneca looking at a third down situation as Klaus kind of slipped on that last carry. I think it was a busted play, trying to get on the right page. Seneca still has one timeout remaining. I thought they had two.
One. They had two before that and took one.
Thank you, Ben.
You're welcome.
Math is on target tonight. 1:13 to go here. Two receivers on the near side with Sherwood and Haynes.
I wouldn't be surprised to see a quarterback draw here. You can draw the defenders up and still get a first down, and there it is.
5-man front as Caden Klaus has got Green in front of him. He's at the 40-yard line, 35, 33-yard line, steps out of bounds at that spot. A good run by Klaus on the 5-man front from McDonald County. They changed things up a little bit, going from their 4-2 look.
Well, there's a flag, Seth, at the 46-yard line.
49, all the way back here, yeah.
Which that is not near the play. So if you're Seneca, it can't be a illegal formation or anything.
Personal foul against Seneca.
And if it's at the 49-yard line, A, that's away from the play, and B, that's a 15-yard penalty from there. So it's going to...
All the coaches have their hands in the air trying to figure out what was the personal foul, who was it on, because they threw it against Seneca. So a dead ball personal foul against Seneca. So the run went to the 33-yard line. So 33, so...
It should still be a first down.
A 21-yard pickup for Klaus on the carry. Dead ball personal foul is going to march him back 15 from that spot.
Which should be.
He's marching it off now, and we will put the ball down just 1 yard short to the 48-yard line.
I think, yeah. So, dead ball would make it fourth down. It'd be fourth down and 1 because the down counts.
Coach Hilburn is not happy with the explanation that he was given from the referee from the far side judge.
If it's a dead ball, it should be fourth down.
No, it was second down and 7, so it's third down and 1.
Oh, okay.
So he had a 21-yard carry by Klaus. Going to be marching back 15 yards on the personal foul. As a dead ball too.
They're trying to figure out. It's not a first down.
No, it'd be third down.
Well, they are giving him are they giving him the first down? They gave him the first down, Seth.
So, I get it, because it was a dead ball. You're right. It was a dead ball, so the play does stand. He had the yardage for the first down. Now you mark off the 15.
I gotcha.
First down and 10.
1:05 to go here. Got out of bounds as well, so it stops the clock and won't start until the play happens. You're right. We figured it out eventually.
5-man front from McDonald County. Klaus going to wind up throwing the deep ball to Harris. Harris is going to go up, and it's going to be batted down. Great defense. Oh, there's a penalty flag comes flying in from the back judge as he had pass interference. He had a hand in the back of Tyrone Harris. Seneca got penalized for that earlier on Probert, and now Martin gets flagged for that one.
And so it'll be at if it's from the 48, it should be at the 33. Which is basically where he was before that personal foul penalty, so you make it back up to where you should have been, except 5 seconds went off the clock.
You hate to say a makeup call, but that literally was the exact makeup call for the personal foul, the yardage and everything. 1 minute to go here in the first half. Seneca leading 27-7.
So you still got your first down. You got 5 less seconds in a minute, but you still can run the football here. You got a timeout, and the quarterback run is still available.
That's going to be play action. And they're going to look for the backside. That's Graham. Graham's got to step on his guy. He's going to go up and make the catch over the top of Rubik. First down and goal, Seneca, as Graham goes over the top of Rubik's head and hauls that one in.
What a great job by him there, as you see there on the replay. Hopefully replay is able to finish before it. Great job, just one-on-one coverage, able to get it up and get the play. And first and goal for Seneca, still plenty of time on the clock. Is Roman Miller going to try and run it in?
Miller takes the snap, going to go down to about the 1 yard line. The ball was down to the 7, so a big pass completion there.
You got
30-second goal from the 1.
But you got 30 seconds and counting, 1 timeout, plenty of time to punch it in from a yard. I think Klaus will try and do it here. Yeah.
And there's going to be a stoppage in play. It looks like there's a timeout on the field, and we're waiting for who it's from.
I think it's
officials' timeout.
I thought it was Hoover. Hoover called it.
Now they went to McDonald County. 26 seconds left. Seneca looking to punch it here. Second down and goal from the 1. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Happy Egg supports the family farmer because they've seen the difference a choice like this can make. Now you can grow for Happy Egg and choose to raise hens the right way, the happy way. When you grow for Happy Egg, you're growing for a family-owned and operated business. You're raising happy hens on 10+ acres who will lay happy eggs. You're working for yourself. As a Happy Egg grower, you'll receive new flock cost support and yield-based compensation. Visit happyegg.com/grower to apply today.
Welcome back here. Seneca looking at a 2nd down and goal situation from the one with 26 seconds left here in the first half of play.
If you're Seneca, you do have 1 timeout left in the half, so if you can't get it in here, you could see a timeout. You still have 3 plays to try and get in the end zone, and Seneca, I think you're trying to prove a point here and run it in. Probert at quarterback now.
Waiting the snap. Going to run it to the left side, makes a cut back, and he's going to spin forward into the end zone. Touchdown, Seneca Indians. Touchdown, Brody Probert as he takes it in from 1 yard out. And the Indians get that touchdown back they gave up a while ago.
Good job there by Probert of just kind of muscling his way into the end zone and get, like you said, get that touchdown back for Seneca and not leave a whole lot of time for Mack County. Mack County does get the ball to start the second half, but
trips to the far side this time for Klaus.
Well, they're going for 2.
Miller to the right of him. Going to send Kyans in a shuffle motion. It's going to be an option. They're going to pitch it to Miller. Miller trying to get to the far pylon, lowers his shoulder, diving forward. Penalty flag comes flying. He got the 2-point conversion, but the penalty flag's sitting at the 5-yard line, and it's going to be a holding penalty against Seneca. They'll have to redo the try.
And I think at this point you're probably going to see them go for 1 because that's going to be kicked from, or would be kicked. If you're trying to go in for 2, it's coming from the 12-yard line. Seneca may be still going for 2 here.
Seneca going to keep their offense out on the field. Miller holding the side a little bit.
May have got blown up a little bit there trying to stretch it in the end zone.
May have a side stitch as well. Trips to the near side this time for the Indians. Klaus, shotgun. That's going to be play action, looking to pass. He's got the screen to Harris set up. Harris is going to go into the end zone untouched on the tunnel screen. 2-point conversion's good with 22 seconds left. Seneca leads 35-7 here in the first half on the KNO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
Looking for a bank that puts community first? Look no further than First Community Bank. With our friendly service, convenient locations, and a wide range of financial products and services, we're here to meet all your banking needs. Whether you're saving for the future, buying a home, or starting a business, we're committed to helping you achieve your financial goals. Come experience the First Community Bank difference today. First Community Bank, where community comes first. Member FDIC.
22 seconds left to go here in the first half at Tom Hodge Field at Earl Campbell Stadium. Roman Miller on that last, on the 2-point conversion on the option play, took a shot. I think he landed on his right shoulder hard, so he's trying to get that right shoulder stretched out. They had to go for the 2-point conversion from about 13 yards out because of a holding penalty, and they ran a tunnel screen to Tyrone Harris, and he went into the end zone untouched. Seneca leading 35-7.
Yeah, I can't remember what lineman got downfield. It may have been
Jason Renfro.
I was going to say there was a lineman down there to get that safety.
Drew Sherwood to kick this one away for the Indians, back deep to receive. I believe it's number 12, Martin, or that may be number 8, Rossler. Rossler's going to fill at the 17-yard line. He's got a little bit of room to work with, and he's going to be brought down by the Indians kickoff team by Pendergraft and as well as King.
I think if you're Seneca here, you play some prevent defense. Make sure that they can't get close to the end zone. 17 seconds. Mack County at the timeouts. They will start on a. They will stop on a first down, but they got a long ways to go to try and get in the end zone.
And they're kind of almost in a victory formation right now, but Seneca does have to be careful. You don't want to see any kind of trickeration to catch them off. First down and 10 for McDonald County. D'Amico going to take the snap. It's going to hand it off to Mosef. Mosef going to the left side off tackle. And he's going to fall forward across the 35. Late penalty flag comes flying in from the referee. And not sure who it's going to be on. Dead ball personal foul against McDonald County this time. So the run will stand. He got to the 36. A 6-yard pickup, or excuse me, 4-yard pickup from Mosef.
And then the dead ball there, so it should be second down and about 16, maybe 17. And I think things are getting chippy down there in the officials are trying to get control of this before anything happens, and I think once they get the call, I think they're going to start the clock and let this go to halftime.
This will be second down and 21. Should be loss of downs if it was a dead ball, personal foul.
Doesn't matter. They're not going to snap it.
2 seconds left. That's going to do it for the first half of play. Seneca leading 35-7 here on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network. We'll have your halftime show right after this.
Free will. Sometimes it can get us into trouble.
Oh, yes, there's pleasure in sin for a short time, but it's soon over. The hangover comes, and there's nothing you can do about it.
But is there a way to avoid the hangover? Well, Billy Graham has the answer.
You've got to make a choice. A life of surrender to Christ as Lord and Savior, or a life in which you surrender to yourself. Which will it be? Choose Christ, and there'll never be a hangover except joy and peace. Now, you can't change your past, but you can determine your destiny by deciding for Christ. He died on the cross so that all the sins you've ever committed, all the things you've ever done wrong are forgiven.
Learn how you can experience forgiveness from a loving God. Go to findpeacewithgod.net. That's findpeacewithgod.net. We're the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association.
Welcome to the KNEO Sports Network Halftime Show. Once again, here's Ben Walcott.
Welcome back to Tom Hodge Field, Earl Campbell Stadium here in Seneca, as we're at the half, and the halftime show is brought to you by Prairie Top Chiropractic and Langford Insurance. Coming up at the half, I'll talk with Seneca head wrestling coach Jeff Sill as part of our Indians Minute, and we'll have an interview with a Freeman trainer as part of our Freeman Sports Health Minute. You're listening and watching Seneca Indian Football here on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
Seneca Indian Athletics is sponsored by Prairie Top Chiropractic. Located at 4556 Quince Road in Seneca, chiropractic physician Seth Wilson offers chiropractic services to Seneca and the surrounding areas. For appointment information, their phone number is 417-776-4556 or discover more at facebook.com/Prairie Top Chiropractic. Prairie Top Chiropractic, where their slogan is better health, better you.
The Indians Minute is sponsored by Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance Agent Josh Dodson. His office is located at 809 South Neosho Boulevard in Neosho, Missouri.
Welcome to today's edition of the Indians Minute here on KNEO. I'm Ben Walcott. Today we're joined by the head wrestling coach, Jeff Sill. And Jeff, I know you guys are probably going to be a little bit behind the 8 ball to begin the year just with all the football guys you have, and you're obviously hoping that they can go on a long run for you and maybe get back to that state championship game and hopefully have a different result. But how do you feel like the offseason has gone for you so far?
We had a good offseason. We really did. You know, we compete at the NEO camp and then the Mizzou camp, and we had some kids wrestle last weekend at the Fall Brawl. So, and we've been doing preseason practices Tuesday and Thursdays after school, and we will hit the ground running. You know, it's a great problem to have. You know, you want to see the kids on the gridiron doing well, and we'll probably keep the same routine that we used last year and prepare the kids as we move forward.
And obviously wrestling shape is different than football shape, so whenever your football guys are done, how are you able to transition them so quickly to get them into wrestling shape?
You just kind of throw them in the fire. But we've got to be smart about it. But our season, you know, doesn't halt because of the success we're having on the football field, but we try to do our best, and the kids do a great job of transition, and we do our best to get them in that shape. And for sure, they're not in the best shape at the CJ tournament and really Santa Slam down in Texas. But, you know, those are big tournaments that kind of help us with our season, so we need to move forward with that.
And you mentioned those tournaments, and those are kind of in December there for you. Do you have any tournaments there, you know, in November? I know obviously a lot of football guys wrestle, but you also have some non-football guys wrestling. So do you have a lot of just practice before then, or are you able to get any tournaments in for your other guys and girls, I should say, before that starts?
Our season, really, competition season, we'll have some duels early December, but that first weekend in December is when we start with our tournaments. So really that's when our season starts. We have practice all through November, but our competition starts in December.
Okay. And then you guys you mentioned the Santa Slam. That's a big event for you as well. And it just gets you ready for the Big 8 tournament. And then obviously trying to go to state. You guys have been very successful these past couple of years. I can't remember how many years in a row you've won the Big 8, but you've won the Big 8 tournament. Yeah. And last year you finished top 5 in the state as well. So obviously you're doing something right.
Yeah, it's good to have local success. It was, we've won the conference championship. This is the 5th time in 5 years. And then on top of that, we're coming off of a district championship, and then we placed 4th at state last year. And, really, we go out to the Newton Tournament of Champions, and we placed 6th in that tournament. There's 34 teams, I believe, that was in it last year. And it really correlates. The kids that were in the finals were the same kids that were in the finals at state. I mean, it's like a state tournament for us, and it's a really, really good tournament for us to compete in. Yeah,
definitely gets you ready as you get towards that Big 8 district and state tournament. And yes. On the girls' side, I know you had 2 girls graduate that did a lot for you. What do you kind of have coming back? And you can talk about those 2 as well.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Isabella Renfro, she was a 2-time state placer, just a really good wrestler for us, 4-time placer. Luzella Graham, she was a 2-time state placer. We lose a lot of leadership, and we're just happy that what they did for our program. And, we got 3 more returners that are coming back, Tessa Kinslow, Harley Langford, Morgan Barber, and then a couple of newcomers that'll help us out, and Bella Scribner and Lyric Harris. So I think we took 4th at the conference tournament in the girls, and we just need to get more numbers out. I think if we get more numbers out for them, we'll be more competitive as a team. But individually wise, we've done really well.
Yeah, I mean, Graham and Renfro obviously meant a lot to your program, and just that success may help bring out some more girls as well. And I'm sure those girls are trying to recruit some other girls as well.
Yes, they are. They do a good job of recruiting for our girls program. They really do.
And then on the boys' side, I know you said that you had alumni that are in college and have done some good things, so why don't you go ahead and talk about them here for a minute?
For sure. Just our alumni out there wrestling. We got Dayton Fields at Newberry University in South Carolina. He's in his last year. This will be the first year for Gabe Commons at Benedictine College. It's in Kansas. Nash Crane is in York University, and that's in Nebraska. Brady Roark is at South Dakota State University. This is his 2nd year. He's coming off a redshirt year. Andrew Manley, this will be his 1st year at NEO in Oklahoma. And then the girls' side, Kirsten Brugel is in Avila. It's university. It's in Missouri. And then Isabella Renfro, she's at Fort Hays State in Kansas, and that's her 1st year also. So, we got a lot of alumni out there, and, they're spread out. But if you get a chance, just look them up, support them, send them a text if you have their number. But they're doing good things for themselves, but also for program.
Yeah, and I was just going to say, I mean, you think about all those different wrestlers that you mentioned, and it's just amazing what you do there at the high school level and just getting them ready for college, and that's a lot of wrestlers to be wrestling at the next level, so I think you got to get a lot of kudos to just kind of making sure that they do the right thing and they're continuing on.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to see them come back in the room and share their knowledge with the kids, what they're doing or new moves that they've learned to bring back to our program, and just to see the success they're doing, and then our younger kids to see that. It's just an awesome opportunity for them to go out there and do that.
Yeah, definitely exciting. I know you said, I think it was the CJ tournament. It's kind of the first tournament you have in December. What date is that?
Mm-hmm. It's the first weekend in December. I think it was December 7th. Is that the first Saturday?
Yeah, that sounds right.
It's the 14th. I'm sorry. Okay. December 14th. Yeah.
So
everything got pushed back a week.
Yeah, that's the second Saturday. I know the first Saturday would be state championship football.
Right.
So the 14th is the first one, and then the Santa Slam is right in between Christmas and New Year's. Am I correct on that?
Yes, that's right. The 21st is what we head down to Texas.
So I know you are excited to get the ball rolling. I know the season officially begins, I think, first week of November, and then you'll get yourself rolling, and hopefully some more success for you and your wrestlers, both on the girls and the boys side here this year. Jeff, we thank you for taking a couple minutes here today on the Indians Minute.
All right, thank you. I appreciate it, Ben.
Thank you for listening to the Indians Minute, sponsored by Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent Josh Dodson. His office is located at 809 South Neosho Boulevard in Neosho, Missouri. For more information, his number is 417-451-1504.
People's Bank of Seneca is proud to support this portion of the game. They offer banking services including checking and savings accounts, CDs, and loans for individuals and businesses. They have locations in the Seneca and Joplin areas and are online at peoplesbankofseneca.com. People's Bank of Seneca, proud supporters of the Seneca Indians. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
A nonprofit organization, a sponsor of high school sports.
It's time for the Freeman Sports Health Minute. The Freeman Sports Team is proud to serve as the official sports medicine provider for over 20 area high schools and colleges.
Welcome to another Health Minute here on KNEO. We have Dave Compton with us. He is an athletic trainer with Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Today, talking about thumb and hand injuries.
Injuries to the hand and wrist in sports, especially football, are pretty common, but they're often overlooked. They're often discounted. They don't get the respect like the shoulders and the knee injuries do. Athletes and coaches tend to say it's just a finger, and it's not just a finger. Jammed fingers are actually a sprain to the joint. They can actually be splinted for a short time, and the athletes usually can play through these. They may buddy tape the fingers for support. Jammed fingers, you do not need to yank or jerk on them. Sometimes that can make the injury worse, but you often see athletes doing that when they get to the sidelines. They want to yank or jerk on that joint because they feel like it's, quote, jammed. But it's actually a sprain on the ligaments on the sides of the joints of the fingers. Dislocated joints need to be x-rayed. Athletes sometimes will reduce them, or a coach or a trainer can actually reduce them and they can go ahead and play through them. But they need a follow-up evaluation just to make sure that that joint ligament or tendon structure hasn't been ruptured.
For the Freeman Sports Health Minute, I'm Adam Winkler.
Thank you for listening to the KNEO Sports Network Halftime Show. The teams are headed back out on the field. Seth Wilson and Ben Walcott are ready to go in the broadcast booth, and Daryl Harbaugh is returning to the sideline. The third quarter is almost here. Back with more Indians football after this on the KNEO and Seneca Indians Sports Network.
Happy Egg, based out of Rogers, Arkansas, has been a local business for many years with their free-range farms. They are now taking applications for prospective growers to raise hens. If you have 10 acres of land and are interested in learning more information about becoming a Happy Egg grower, their website is happyegg.com/grower or by phone at 479-925-8855. A supporter of community broadcasting on KNEO.
Jamie and Terry Langford with Langford Insurance at 910 Washington Avenue in Seneca, Missouri are proud to serve our local area and support the Seneca Pride Marching Band. Langford Insurance specializes in life, agribusiness, and personal insurance needs. For more information, their phone number is 417-776-5433 or online at www.midaminsurance.com. Go Indians!
Welcome back to Seneca, Missouri, as we're at the half. Seneca leading 35-7. Your halftime show sponsors, Prairie Top Chiropractic and Langford Insurance.
I know that guy. Well, both of them.
Yes. Looking at stats for Seneca for the first half, 20 plays on offense, 357 yards, just 7 minutes and 4 seconds time of possession. in the first half. Seneca scored on every single possession they had, so scoring 5 touchdowns. They had some problems with some point after tries, but they did make a 2-point conversion here or there to even it back up to 35. As far as McDonald County, 35 plays, 128 yards, 16 minutes and 56 seconds, so almost 17 minutes of drive, time of possession for McDonald County. Seneca had been penalized for 4 times for 46 yards. McDonald County 3 times for 40 yards. We didn't have a penalty in the game until about the 6-minute mark in the second quarter, and then we saw a flurry of penalties after that. I didn't say anything prior to that, and then once they made their first one, that's the first penalty we've had all night. They played a really clean game, and then we had personal foul, holding, personal foul penalties.
Pass interference a couple times.
A couple PIs, yes, that was on there as well. Horse collar was a personal foul in one situation. That only cost us 6 yards. Looking at stats for the first half, D'Amico has completed 8 passes out of 13 right now for 69 yards. And on the ground tonight, most of the biggest ball carrier for the most rushing attempts for McDonald County is he has 14 for 49 yards. So they're averaging 3.5 yards a carry from McDonald County. Of course, the only touchdown McDonald County had was the pass completion from D'Amico to Rubric for a touchdown. For your Seneca Indian stats in the first half, Caden Klaus is 4 of 4 for 111 yards through the air tonight. Graham has 3 of those receptions for 94 yards, and Harris has 1 reception for 17 yards. On the ground, Harris has 2 rushing attempts for 50 yards. Miller has 6 rushing attempts for 82 yards. Probert has 2 rushing attempts for 1 yard and a touchdown. It just cracks me up. It was the same way last week. Probert had 4 carries. 3 of them were touchdowns. Tonight he's got 2 carries. 1 of them's for a touchdown. And then Klaus has 8 carries for 118 yards in the first half. Your scores in the first half: Miller with a touchdown, Klaus with a touchdown, Harris with a touchdown, Probert with a touchdown, and the connection from Klaus to Graham from 65 yards out is your other score. Seneca leading 35-7 at the half.
Yeah, not bad.
Not too shabby. 360 yards, 62 yards total offense for the Indians in the first half.
Yeah, I think the big thing Matt County has decided to play is they're trying to play keep away a little bit and go in and score and then not allow Seneca's offense to really have any time. But Seneca's offense has proven time and time again that it doesn't matter how little time they have.
Yeah, drives tonight for the Indians: 2 plays, 60 yards, 35 seconds. 3 plays, 88 yards, 39 seconds. The longest drive they had, and it actually beats last week. It went for 10 plays, 87 yards, 4:16 off the clock. 1 play, 65 yards, and then 4 plays for 57 yards, taking 1:22 off the clock. So they had 3 drives that took under 40 seconds, 1 drive that was 1:22 off the clock. So it's just remarkable efficiency for the Seneca Indians on offense tonight. We're going to take a quick break. We have more halftime show for you right after this. Halftime show sponsors Prairie Top Chiropractic and Langford Insurance.
Can you prove that you have a seat in heaven?
Wow, that's a pretty heavy question. What would you say?
Some people say, well, you can imitate Jesus. You can do the things Jesus did as best you can, and that's enough, isn't it?
Billy Graham.
You can do all the good works. You can go with all the people that are doing good social work around the world. But the scripture says, not by works of righteousness which we have done, but according to his mercy he saved us, by the washing of regeneration and renewing of the Holy Spirit. The only way you can get a seat is to come to the cross and confess that you're a sinner and receive Christ as Lord and Savior, and come to the empty tomb and believe that he rose again from the dead.
If you're not sure you've got a seat in heaven, let's talk now. Call us 855-255-PRAY. That's 855-255-PRAY. We're the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association.
The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report will provide up-to-the-minute scores and highlights from around the 4 states. With ultimate local coverage from all your favorite teams. The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report, weeknights at 6 and 10 p.m.
Prater's Pharmacy in Seneca is a proud supporter of the Seneca Indians. The pharmacy is open from 9 to 5:30 Monday through Friday and from 9 to 1 on Saturday. They offer an automatic refill program and internet refill service online at praterspharmacy.com and through their mobile apps. They also have a drive-through window. Prater's Pharmacy at 1711 Cherokee in Seneca, 417-776-8701. Go Indians!
Seneca Indian Athletics is sponsored by Prairie Top Chiropractic. Located at 4556 Quince Road in Seneca, chiropractic physician Seth Wilson offers chiropractic services to Seneca and the surrounding areas. For appointment information, their phone number is 417-776-4556 or discover more at facebook.com/Prairie Top Chiropractic. Prairie Top Chiropractic, where their slogan is Better Health, Better You.
A sponsor of community broadcasting on KNEO, Southwest Missouri Bank in Neosho, serving the Neosho area from 2 locations. They offer personal banking services, including checking and savings accounts, home loans, and online banking. Learn more online at smbonline.com. Southwest Missouri Bank, an equal housing lender. Member FDIC, where their slogan is
Southwest Missouri Bank. We can do that.
Welcome back here at the half. Tom Hodge Field, Earl Campbell Stadium, Seneca, Missouri. And we were talking about this at the break just now. If you're McDonald County, you get the ball to start the second half. Me personally, if I'm Coach Hoover on the sideline, I'm going to go to the passing game.
You might go those out routes, curls, because
right.
that's what's been working.
Right. D'Amico had some trouble with the first 5 passes he threw. There was another incompletion there. I almost said he had 7 straight completions. I missed 1 incompleted pass, but so far out of the last 7 passing attempts, he's 6 of 7. So he's been really efficient as in the passing game. It's been a lot of short, quick hitters. He had 1 21-yard gain to Rubik. Other than that, it's been a lot of quick hitters. If I'm McDonald County, I go to those post routes, those slant routes, because that's what's been kind of working for those timing routes.
Other thing you can go to is that screen game, because those are the things that have worked. Seneca is getting too far upfield with their defensive ends, defensive tackles, and it leaves that running back, H-back open, and that's how they've gotten some of their big gainers too.
Well, also, guys, when we're sitting in a 3-3 stack, I mean, you're going to run the zone play up the middle with Mosif, and he's a big back to break down. And, when we went 4 front, he had a hard time running. They had a hard time running the ball. That's when you can go to that passing game.
Well, they were doing that. You said it was zone blocking there at the very beginning when they were getting chunks of yardage. I mean, he's averaging 3.5 yards a carry.
Yeah.
I mean, that's efficient. I mean,
it's
that's
just
3 yards in the cloud of dust, almost 4 yards in the cloud of dust. That's going to get you a first down if you average that.
It's just one-on-one, hand the ball to him deep, let him make the decision what hole he wants to go to. And he's got his guys that he knows he can run behind, and that's where he's trying to run.
And what's really worked for him, too, is the play action. They draw you in. I mean, 14 rushing attempts for most of so far. D'Amico's not been all that effective. 4 carries, 7 yards tonight. They're drawing him in with the play action or just run, and then they're having a timing route, and it's wide open for their receivers. That's where they're getting their chunks of yardage. And if you're Seneca, the press coverage has slowed them down just enough, but right now they're going timing routes. And so look for maybe an out and up type of route coming from McDonald County to start the second half because they will get the ball. We're going to take a quick 30-second break. We'll come back. We'll have the second half action for you. Your halftime show sponsors, Prairie Top Chiropractic and Langford Insurance.
Proudly supporting the Seneca Indians is Doug's Body Works. Owned and operated by Doug Scribner, they offer a 24-hour wrecker service and specialize in auto body and frame repair. Doug's Body Works is located at 1008 Oneida in Seneca and is proud to serve the local area. 417-776-8611. Go Indians!
Welcome back here at the half. 30 seconds to go till we have the kickoff to start the second half. McDonald County has their guys deep to receive. That is Rubrick and number 8, Rossler, back deep to receive Gordon. And I believe standing on this near hash is number 2. Coach right there in front of you at the 22-yard line. I know Coach Hughes is talking to you about breaking down statistics, but the 21-yard line is Bateman, Axton Bateman. And, Ben, you have an update, that roster update there for me. I didn't quite catch that.
67 for Mack County is now Jarrett McCool.
Okay, got you. Thank you. Yeah, he went from he was running H-back at one point when James went out to the running back position, and they had an injured lineman go down to McDonald County, so now they've given him a different jersey, number 67. That was Justice Washam. Washam, I believe his older sister may be a fantastic basketball player, if I'm remembering correctly, from the McDonald County Lady Mustangs roster.
I was going to say, Daryl might know that at some point if he was listening.
Drew Sherwood's going to kick this one off for the Indians. It's going to be a high end-over-end kick that's going to be fielded by Gordon at about the 23-yard line, and he's going to run into a host of Seneca tacklers, Brock Pendergraft, Connell Trueluck, and also coming off the bottom hall, Blaze Graham. First down and 10 for McDonald County. Ball at their own 33, it looks like. First down and 10.
Right now for Mack County, or I should say for Seneca, you know, you got to defend the run, but you got to watch for those play-action pass.
One receiver split out to the near side. That's Rossler. And they're going to go to a double tight look now is McDonald County. Two running backs in the backfield with James and Mosif. D'Amico going to hand it off to Mosif. He's going to bounce around, going to run into Miller. He's going to get about a yard on the carry to the 34. And coming off the turf slowly is James for McDonald County, but he's going to get up and find his footing. 1 yard pickup for Mosif.
Good job there by Roman Miller to start and kind of shove him back a little bit and then let the gang help tackle.
So we saw Miller have a little bit of shoulder issue on that last 2-point conversion. I think he landed on his right shoulder as he got reached out for the pylon. So it hurt a little bit, but he's okay. Two receivers now to the near side, one to the far side like we saw them do the majority of the first half. James in at the H-back. Mosif in the backfield with D'Amico. Going to send Mosif in motion. Empty set now. And it's going to be a design quarterback run for D'Amico. D'Amico's going to get across the 40 to the 41-yard line. And it's going to be brought down by a host of Indians. And D'Amico is a little slow to get off the turf because Ginger was there. So was Connell Trueluck. So was Jace Renfro. He's going to get to the 36-yard line. A pickup of 2.
But they're behind the chains here, Seth. Third and long again. You got to watch those out routes, curl routes. You may try and see them have one wide receiver take maybe a cornerback and a safety, and that leaves this left side, right side open because this right side, there's a ton of room on this near side. Go ahead, Coach.
Well, I was going to say they went 4 front or just that last play to stop the run. Now they went back to 3 front.
3-3 stack look for the Indians. D'Amico trying to get the Indians to jump offside. It's going to be play action. Going for the timing route once again. D'Amico's going to step up, and there's the out and up route, and it's going to be too far for Rossler. Said that a while ago. They tried to get that timing. It was a good break by that was Drew Sherwood on the coverage, and then Rossler did a good job selling the out route, but he didn't give himself a whole lot of room with the near sideline to get upfield. It was a very short out route.
And that's a long throw for that quarterback as well. He was open there because he faked the out part and got the up part, but a long throw for the quarterback, and it was unsuccessful. 3 and out here for Mack County to start the half.
Blaze Graham standing on his own 28-yard line. He's going to retreat, let this one bounce at the 26, and he's going to let it roll out of bounds at about the 15-yard line. First down and 10 Seneca with just a minute 48 taken off the clock.
Keep up on the latest Seneca broadcast ball game schedule. Be sure to like us on Facebook, facebook.com/KNEO Radio. Follow us on Twitter, X at KNEO917 Sports. Seneca softball earned the number 4 seed in their district. They will play at Cassville on Thursday night against Logan Rogersville. 7 o'clock is the scheduled first pitch, and we'll have all the audio for you on our website, kneo.org.
Two receivers on the far side this time for Klaus. High snap. Klaus hauls it in. He's just going to take off and run to the near side. He's at the 15 to 20. Going to be down the sideline. Looks like he finally got forced out of bounds at about the 25. I think that was going to be a handoff to Miller, but, man, Klaus had to show off his vertical to haul that one in at the 25. Second down and 1 to pick up a 9 on the play.
Tell you what, Klaus does a good job of making something out of nothing on these busted plays all the time. It's rarely a negative play, even though the plan doesn't necessarily go according to plan.
Two running backs set now for the Indians as Probert checks in. He's going to be to the left of Klaus, Miller to the right. And it's a low snap this time. Probert's going to take it and run to the right side. He's got one guy, hits him low, and he's going to actually lose yardage. Didn't get back to the line of scrimmage, down to the 24-yard line.
Again, low snap there, and Probert able to get the handoff, but just disjointed here to start. Still 3rd and short. Probert's still in there at running back for Seneca as they have a sub come in late.
Well, Miller checked out. His arm, shoulder bothering me. I said a while ago, he came off the sideline. His shoulder was bothering him after that 2-point conversion. Probert in at running back now for the Indians, 2 receivers to the near side. And it's going to be a handoff to Probert right up the middle. He's going to get hit the 25, spins out of that one, still on his feet at the 30, 25, 35, 40, 45, 50, across field, down the sideline, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds. I believe that's Martin with the touchdown saving push there. No, that's going to be Rubik on the far sideline down to the 24-yard line. He was going to be stopped short.
I have no idea how he got out of that scrum on the right side. Hunter Haynes was having a competition with him to see who could get into the end zone first.
He was going to be stopped short, and the guy hit him right in the thigh. He kind of pushed him down, shook that one off, and took off running down the sideline. And he's hard to beat in a foot race. Got that 400-meter sprint speed. He was on the 4x1 team last year that went to the state championships in track and field. The 3 other guys on that team, Ethan Altick, Morgan Vaughn, and Blake Hearn.
They all graduated in a
and that's
false
going to be
start.
too many guys in motion because there's 3 penalty flags on the field.
False start, yeah. So, again, I mean, this is one of the few times that Seneca has been behind the chains here this evening. It hasn't really mattered for the most part. A couple interesting scores for you, Seth. Nevada, a 27 lead over Cassville in the 3rd quarter. Lamar, a 22-14 lead over Monette, and that game at halftime as well. Make sure to stay tuned for all the Final Drive scoreboard show scores after the game.
1st down and 15 now for the Indians. Probert stays in at running back. He's to the right of Klaus. 2 receivers on the near side, 1 to the far side. Klaus going to fake the handoff to Probert. He's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage, and he's going to dive forward, get some positive yards on that one. A big hit coming up from the linebacker from McDonald County. Number 40 coming off the bottom of the pallets, Jace Thomas, 5'10", 195-pound, a big linebacker making the stop to the 32. 2-yard pickup for Klaus on the carry, 2nd down and 13.
But it's always amazing to me how he will not go down on first contact because that should have been a loss of yards, and he's able to get 2 out of it.
2nd down, 8:45 to go here in the 3rd quarter of play. Trips to the near side this time for the Indians. Maybe go a little play action here to keep McDonald County's defense honest. 4-2 look for McDonald County. And it's going to be the option play. He's going to pitch it to Probert. Probert trying to make guys miss. He's going to get hit hard and then brought down immediately. Mosef put a big hit on Probert. And Probert's going to get out. Mosef's slow getting off the turf. I don't think he was expecting to take such a big hit from Probert. And Mosef's a little shook up. He's a little wobbly going back to his defense. I've had a lot of big hits tonight. We mentioned in the pregame this is a very physical contest between these 2 schools every year. Mosef was probably on the losing end of that battle with Probert.
And not very often you see a quarterback, running back, whatever you want to call him, Probert, give out a hit like that against a lineman.
Under 8 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Watch the quarterback draw.
And it's going to be Klaus taking off, running to the right side. He's at the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Seneca Indians. Touchdown, Caden Klaus on the quarterback draw. Great job by Ben to call that one out and let that one develop plenty of time as the linebackers got pulled up to the line of scrimmage, and it made it really hard for them to see Klaus.
He also had a gaping hole there. Good job there by the tackle and the guard on that right side. Let him wide open, and then Hagen Ginger with a block downfield to make sure he got into the end zone as Miller will come back in for the PAT. As with a good PAT, we will get a running clock.
Waiting the snap now. Miller snaps it with just his right arm, and I believe it was his right arm he was shaking out as he came up. It's a high snap. It's a good corral in by Klaus, and the kick's going to go through. I don't know how they made that work. 7:42 go here in the 3rd quarter. Seneca now leads 42-7 on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
The Neosho Area Chamber of Commerce is an organization that exists to make Southwest Missouri a better place to live. That is why they are proud supporters of high school athletics. They understand that the life lessons learned from sporting competition teaches responsibility and discipline and makes our student athletes better citizens for tomorrow. Learn more about local area events online at neoshocc.com. Proud supporters of local school athletics.
42-7 here. Your score 7:42 to go here in the third quarter. As Seneca adds to their lead on the 31-yard quarterback draw. And Roman Miller had to check back in and deep snap that one. For the Indians, snap went high. Klaus did a great job to bring that one in.
Seth, I'm not even sure he got it on the tee. I think he kicked it out of his hand.
Right, he just held it there for him in midair, and Sherwood just put it through in a line drive kick. Usually Sherwood's point after tries are high end over end kicks, and that one came out of there different.
And Miller not out there for special teams play like he normally is too. So
Sherwood going to kick this one away, and it's going to be fielded at about the 15-yard line by number 8, Rossler. Rossler trying to get to the right sideline. He's going to be forced out of bounds. Coming down to make the play, Jagger Wilson also helping out. Number 48, King. And King's going to stay out on the field and play linebacker. I believe Miller's night is probably done.
Except for maybe snapping on those deep snaps. Seneca still has their ones out there, but like you said, King out there instead of Miller. Miller still has, well, now he took his helmet off. I was going to say, he's still got his helmet on.
He keeps working on his neck, it looks like. So he may have taken a hit.
A stinger,
a stinger to his neck. 2 receivers to the far side this time for McDonald County. 2 running backs in. Handoff's going to go to Mosif. He's just going to barrel forward, and coming up to make the play is Blaze Graham from the safety position. Sosif. I've been saying Mosif the entire night. It's Sosif. I've messed up the entire night. I apologize. It's Sosif to the 41-yard line.
Well, how's it spelled?
S-O-S-E-F.
I thought it was M.
I thought it was M too, but I was reading that incorrectly. 5-yard pickup for Sosif on that carry. Handoff's going to go to Sosif again. He's going to bounce around and taking him down. Jude King as well as Jace Renfro there, stopping him for no gain. 3rd down and 5. Oh, actually lost a yard. 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, Jude King was the first one there. He shot the gap and was able to get him around the legs and then wait for his teammates to come.
3rd down and 6 coming up. 6:30 to go here in the third quarter.
One thing you'll notice here about a little change of defense, you see Hunter Haynes, he'll walk up on the tight end tight.
And they've got a tight end. It's a lineman, though, a lineman number. He's got to declare himself eligible. And it's going to be play action. D'Amico going to look to run. He's got the out route. That's going to be caught maybe on the far sideline. They're saying incomplete. Last second, the side judge comes in and waves it off.
Yeah, I had to wait to make sure he bobbled the football or whatever. A great diving effort there on that far side, just unsuccessful. Seneca is going to play for the punt return here. Blaze Graham goes back, and they're probably going to try and make sure that he can field it.
4th down and 6. D'Amico back in punt formation. Graham standing on his own 25. Harris and Sherwood making sure that there's not a fake attempt ran here. Good snap, not much pressure. Oh, it was Jace Renfro. Almost got his left arm in there on that one. A spiraling kick that's going to bounce down at the 26-yard line. And Graham's going to bobble it there. Finally picks it up at the 20, still on his feet, spinning out of contact, trying to reverse field. He's not going to get anything other than what he had initially. 1st down and 10 for Seneca. Ball at their own 20-yard line. 5:16 to go here in the third quarter.
Make sure you stay tuned after tonight's game for the Final Drive Scoreboard Show, sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Also, check out our live scoreboard during the game. Go to kneo.org/sports. Click on the scoreboard link to get the latest scores from games around the area as they're happening.
So I don't see if Miller, Miller looks like he may have checked back in. No, it's still Probert out there in the backfield. I was trying to find Miller on the sideline. It looks like he might be done for the evening. Klaus shotgun formation, 2 receivers on the near side. Handoff's going to go to Probert. He's going to go right up the middle. He's at the 20-yard line. He's going to take a big hit from the safety. He was going down. The safety comes up and hits him right in the chin. Probert's able to get off the ground as Martin helps him off. Martin was the one with the big hit on him. Probert able to get to the 24-yard line.
The way the score is, Seth, if Miller's kind of nursing a stinger here, I think you just leave him out and say try and get healthy for next week.
Another big game for Seneca as they will travel to Granby, Missouri to face East Newton.
That should be East Newton's senior night, so you know there will be a lot of emotion in Granby.
2 receivers to the far side this time. They're going to run the option with Probert and Klaus. Klaus is going to tuck it and run to the near side. He's going to get spun down to the turf. Again, Ryder Martin making the play there for the Indians. You get whipped down to the turf like that. That's a tough one to get off the ground from.
And that's kind of the same kind of play that Roman Miller got a horse collar on. I mean, I know it was Jersey, but it's the same kind of play He was called for a horse collar.
A 3-yard pickup, 3rd down and 3. For Klaus on the option, he kept it. 2 receivers to the far side this time. It's going to be a handoff to Probert. Probert's going to get upfield. He's at the 30-yard line, and Ryder Martin's going to take him down at about the 33.5. It'll be enough for the first down for the Indians.
Just following his blockers. Good kick-out block there by Kai Adams. Helped getting him enough for the first down.
Seneca just chewing up clock right now. 3:12 to go here in the third quarter. There's a running clock. I mean, took him 3 plays to get 10 yards on that one. First down and 10, new set of downs. 4-man front for McDonald County. Their 4-2 defense. Kai Adams going to go in shuffle motion. Now it's going to go to Probert. Probert's going to dance around, and Ryder Martin's going to come up from the safety position, fill the gap. But Probert's able to get across the 35 to the 37, a 4-yard pickup, 2nd down and 6.
You'll take that all night long, just 3-4 yards of carry.
Yeah, Seneca not doing anything fancy right now, just run their base power package or their base option plays.
Basically saying, here's what we're going to do, and can you stop it, as Seneca is working out.
I wonder if Ryder Martin's getting tired of making tackles.
Got a bandage on his elbow, but he's making a lot of tackles back there from the safety position. And it's going to be play action now, looking downfield.
Ginger.
And he's going for Ginger deep downfield, and that ball's going to be in and out of the hands of Ginger as Ryder Martin had to come back and make a play on that one. And it's a first incomplete pass for Klaus on the night.
Yeah, it was one-on-one coverage the entire way. Good job there by the defender to get a hand up. And Seth Seneca is working on a new deep snapper here.
Well, you also saw that Martin's been coming up and making those plays from the safety position. So, okay, if he's been doing that, let's just do a little play action, see if we can get him to suck in and play the run again and Ginger be open over the middle. But unfortunately, Martin was able to, a good defensive player had his head on his shoulders and made a good play. Going to send Haynes in motion this time, and it's going to be a give to Haynes. Haynes is going to get hit immediately as 2 defenders came unblocked. And it's going to make it 4th down. So that's really the first series all night where Seneca has not looked on pace like they usually have. But again, they're running their base stuff tonight, or base stuff on this series. Back to the 36-yard line.
And Seneca looks like they're going for it here on 4th down and about 8. And they leave the offense on the field.
So loss of 1 on the play. 4th down and 7, 1:07 to go here in the third quarter.
I think you look for Blaze Graham here, see if he can clear that corner, unless they have safety help over the top.
Klaus looking over to Coach Hilburn. Graham going to look to throw. And he's going to throw it over the middle. It's going to be in and out of the hands of the intended target. That is going to be Graham. Rubik may have had a hand on the back. No penalty flag thrown. It's going to be a turnover on downs for Seneca with 46 seconds to go here.
That was good coverage by Matt County. You see he had to hesitate there a little bit and kind of double clutch there. Graham still had a chance at it, just couldn't come up with it. I think Graham's more frustrated at himself that he couldn't come up with it than anything else.
First down and 10 for McDonald County. Now you give them a short field, 36-yard line to go in for McDonald County. 20 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
See if they take a shot here on first down.
Going to send Rossler in motion. And it's going to be a handoff to Rossler. Rossler trying to get to the outside, coming up and make the play as Probert forcing him out of bounds, riding him out of bounds, almost running into the side ball over there. They're going to say he stepped out at the 35, so just a gain of 1 on the play, 2nd down and 9. He had to run 52 yards to get 1. That's going to do it for the end of the third quarter. Seneca leading 42-7 here on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
My dad was a quiet man and not very open about his feelings or emotions. I was fairly sure that he loved me, but I questioned if he really liked me. At his funeral, I was shocked when his coworkers said he was proud of me and told them about me. How different might our relationship have been if he was able to tell me that himself? Do you wonder if God's like that? You think he loves you because he has to, but surely he's tired of your mistakes. That's a lie Satan wants you to believe. God's love for you never changes based on your mistakes. You don't have to wonder if he loves you, because he took all your sin and endured a brutal death to pay that price for you. He offers you perfect love and total forgiveness. If you want to learn how to have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ, then just call or text us at 888-NEED-HIM or chat with us online at chataboutjesus.com. You don't
People's Bank of Seneca. We care about your journey every step of the way. Since 1996, visit us in Joplin, Neosho, or Seneca. PeoplesBankOfSeneca.com. Member FDIC. Proud sponsor of area athletics. Let's score big together.
2nd down and 9 to open the fourth quarter play here from McDonald County. Ball on Seneca's 35-yard line. 2 running backs in the backfield to D'Amico. And a handoff. It's going to be play action. Looking for the out and up route to Rossler, and that ball is going to be incomplete as Blaze Graham came over the top and batted that one free. Also on the coverage was Tyrone Harris. Good job by those 2 secondary players for the Indians to knock that one down.
Yeah, Graham did a good job. He read it the entire way, able to come over and bat it out, and he looked like he was going up for the ball. Maybe a chance at an interception, just unfortunate for him, but it's 3rd down and long now for Mack County.
Martin split out to the far side with Navin and Rossler. To the near side is Rubik. James in the backfield with D'Amico. 2nd down and 9. D'Amico going to look to pass. Looking for the out route, and that ball is going to be broken up the last second. There's going to be a penalty flag that comes flying in as Probert was right on his hip. And, man, I don't really know how you can call that one because he turned around, played the ball, batted it free, and it's going to be PI on the Indians. Two officials had the call of defensive pass interference. So, again, they're on the far side of the field. They must be able to see that play a little bit better than I can.
That's a free first down, too. It was actually 3rd down on that play, Seth, and so you get the free first down out of it and new set of downs.
Takes the ball all the way down to the 20-yard line. We've seen this happen earlier tonight where Seneca does a good job on defense, but the penalties end up costing them. It's just a simple out route for McDonald County. 2 receivers on the far side this time, 1 tight end on the near side. Handoff's going to go to Sosif. Sosif going to run into a wall of Indians. First man there, Kai Adams. He's going to spin him down and take him down. Got to be careful there that you don't get a personal foul on that one because Kai Adams stood Sosif up immediately. Got maybe 1 yard on the carry. Trueluck also there to help out on the tackle.
Yeah, you got to, like you said, Seth, worry about making sure that don't throw him down after the whistle was blown because that was awful close.
You notice we went forefront that time. Right now, we are in forefront. Stop the run.
You're right, Coach. They are in a 4-man front with Trueluck, Renfro, Ginger, and Napier. 2 running backs in the backfield with D'Amico, split backs. And it's going to be play action once again, looking for the out and up route, and they're going to throw that across the middle. Ball is going to be incomplete. I'm not sure he was throwing that either to the out route or to the comeback route. The comeback route was to Rossler. Rubik ran it out and up, and it just sailed over the head of Rossler.
I mean, the out and up was more open than the slant route there, and he just overthrew both of them. 2 receivers in the same area makes it a little difficult to tell who he's trying to throw the ball to.
He was on a roll there for a while. He completed 5 of 6 or 6 of 7 at one point. Now he's had a little difficulty here in the second half to get things going like he had in the first half.
It's 3rd down and long, though, so if you're Seneca, see if you can get some pressure here. As
handoff's going to go to James. He's going to dance around the backfield at the line of scrimmage. He's going to get maybe a yard, no more than that. Good job by Connell Trueluck to make the stop.
Yeah, 4th down and long. Seneca was kind of messed up there, still able to get only a yard, force only 1 yard on the play. And 4th down and long here, you have to think you may have a slant route and an out and up again because those are the 2 plays that have worked well. You also have to watch here, Seth, a halfback screen.
What's that tunnel screen?
Split back formation with D'Amico and shotgun.
Yeah, see if
2 receivers to the far side. D'Amico trying to get Seneca defense to jump off sides. Play action once again. A little stutter step. Now they're going to go for the out route. That's going to be hauled in by Rubik on the far sideline. He's got enough for a first down to go. Good coverage downfield by Harris, but just a well-placed ball by D'Amico down to the 5-yard line to pick up at 13 yards. And I shouldn't have said anything. I had the commentators jinx. That is my fault. I will take that one all the way.
It was a rub route there because Harris is on the inside wide receiver. That far wide receiver bumps him a little bit, just saying that he's trying to go out for his route, and that was the amount of separation that he needed.
First down and goal for McDonald County. Ball at Seneca 5-yard line. 4-man front for Seneca, back to their 4-3 base defense. Split backs in this backfield with D'Amico. And it's going to be a handoff to Sosif, and he's got a clear running lane to the right side. Touchdown for McDonald County as Sosif takes it in from 5 yards out.
That'll stop the running clock, too.
So Seneca right now without their starting running back, without their starting quick tackle, and they play on both sides of the ball. So there's a couple injuries that's happened here tonight that's kind of made Seneca look a little different. Again, McDonald County very big. Coach talked about this during the pregame. Very big up front. They are indeed. And very big in the backfield as well. On to attempt the point after try for McDonald County is Keaton. Good snap, good hold. Kick is good. 8:06 to go here in the fourth quarter. Seneca leads 42-14 on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
Cedar Lane Farm and Garden at 143 Cherokee Avenue in Seneca is your local feed dealer and a supporter of Seneca Indian Sports. Offering vet, livestock, and pet products, Cedar Lane also carries a full line of farm and garden supplies. For more information, contact Cedar Farm and Garden on Cherokee Avenue in Seneca today. The number is 417-776-8231. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and Saturday, 8 a.m. through 2 p.m. for your convenience. Go Indians!
And welcome back here. 8:06 to go in this game. Seneca leading 42-14. Now, last time was the first time that McDonald County's been able to hold Seneca's defense, offense. Let's start that again. Last drive was the first time Seneca's been held out of the end zone by McDonald County's defense all night. Now, if you're McDonald County, do you try to go back to another onside kick because you've tried about 2 or 3 of them tonight and every single one of them has been unsuccessful? You're still down by 28 points here in the fourth quarter. Give Seneca good field position again because you had good field position a while ago and unable to capitalize on the 36-yarder. Jude King's going to jump on that one at the 39. First down and 10 Seneca at that point.
Evan at the Neosho Daily News wish the Seneca Indians good luck. And to keep up on the latest Seneca broadcast ball game schedule, be sure to like us on Facebook, facebook.com/KNEO Radio. Follow us on X at KNEO 917 Sports.
Sponsors for tonight's game: New Mac Electric, Predators Pharmacy, Seneca Church of Christ, Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, Christian Healthcare Ministries, Campbell Biddlecombe Funeral Home, The Big Nickel, Missouri Southern State University, Marine Center Incorporated, and Community Bank and Trust. 2 receivers split out to the far side this time for the Indians. Probert in the backfield with Klaus. Ginger and tight. It's going to be a handoff to Probert. Probert's going to dance around. He's at the 45-50. He's going to be off to the races down the sideline. He goes 35-30, 25-20, 15-10, 5. Touchdown, Seneca Indians. Touchdown, Brody Probert, as he takes it in from 61 yards out.
I mean, you look at the replay there. You had a pulling guard that got the linebacker, and Brody Probert's just too fast for everybody else as they scamper into the end zone. And I think that's the third or fourth drive tonight that has lasted 1 play or 2 plays in 10 or 15 seconds.
That's just the second drive that's lasted 1 play, as we've also had a 2-play and a 3-play drive.
Yeah.
On to attempt the point after for the Indians, Drew Sherwood. High snap, good hold. Kick is going to go up, and it is good. 7:56 to go here. Seneca leads 49-14 on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network. 7:56 to go here in the fourth quarter. Sponsors for tonight's game: Langford Insurance, Dairy Queen of Seneca, First Community Bank, Happy Egg, 4-State Sports Report, Missouri Farm Bureau Agent Josh Dotson, Gas and Snack, Neosho Chamber of Commerce, Southwest Missouri Bank, Neosho Daily News, Doug's Body Works, Prairie Top Chiropractic, Cedar Lane Farm and Garden.
You know, Seth, the other thing that Seneca hasn't done tonight, not only have they given up 14 points tonight, they haven't created a turnover tonight. So
That is unusual.
Matt County has done a good job of holding on to the ball here this evening. Seneca usually +1 or +2 in the turnover department, and they haven't been able to force one here this evening.
I feel like one's coming on pretty soon. High end over end kick for Sherwood that Gordon's going to let bounce behind him to Rossler at the 17-yard line. Kanan Miller's going to take on Gordon, get up off the ground, and then make a nice hit on Rossler. Rossler slow to get off the turf. He said, where did he come from? He was on the ground, and he made that stop.
Community Bank and Trust, proudly serving our customers for the past 140 years. You may visit their branch at 1102 South Cherokee, For all your banking needs, member FDIC and equal housing lender. Proud sponsor of the Seneca Indians.
First down and 10 for McDonald County. Clock started, and it won't stop until someone scores. Three-man front now. You see some twos coming into play for the Indians. One still out there for McDonald County. Three-man front. Hunter Haynes going to walk up and be the fourth man as the defensive end position. Handoff's going to go to Sosef. Sosef's going to run into Jude King as well as Probert. His forward progress is going to be stopped at the 33-yard line is where they have him. Excuse me, not the 33, the 28. I don't know if he got to the 28.
Yeah, they gave him the 28.
Okay. So just a 1-yard pickup there, second down and 9. Good job by the Indians to stand him up.
Yeah, you see some twos out there, but you still see some ones. Caden Klaus coming out, but Blaze Graham still in there. You got Sherwood and Harris still on the cornerbacks.
On your defensive front is where you picked up some twos coming in
and
there.
some linebackers, too.
Yeah. D'Amico snaps his hand, waiting the snap. It's going to hand it off to Sosef, trying to bounce to the right side. Now he's got a lot of room to run, and Hunter Haynes takes him down across the 45 to the 46-yard line. We're going to say he fell forward to the 47, 48-yard line. Boy, I thought he hit down back at the 46. So all the way back to the 48-yard line, a 20-yard pickup there for Sosef. That is their longest play. Not quite. Second longest play from scrimmage tonight.
That was a good job, though, by Hunter Haynes, because if he misses that tackle, I mean, yes, somebody may catch him, but he would rumble for a lot longer.
I mean, you've got a running clock here in the fourth quarter. Seneca starting to substitute some guys out.
I would think Matt County may do it here at some point, too.
Going to send a man in motion. That's Rossler. Rossler's going to take it on the jet sweep. He's got a little bit of hole or room there, but there's a penalty flag comes flying in from the far side judge. Making the stop is Kai Adams.
I think it's got to be an illegal shift or somebody was offside. Well, if they are offsides, you can't call it right away. But he threw that flag as soon as it was in the air, so a legal substitution maybe?
False
illegal
start.
Formation, because it can't be a false start because they would have blew it dead. So illegal formation there. Should be first and 15 because he threw that as soon as the play went off. So somebody was probably not lined up on the tackle, so that makes the tackle ineligible.
That's going to make it under 6 minutes to go here in this game. As you see checking in also is number 74, Gentry Barnes on the defensive tackle position. One running back in the backfield. D'Amico is going to look to pass. Looking for the out route. That ball is going to be out of bounds. There was no chance for Russell to even catch that inbounds because it landed in the red beyond the white sideline. That's about 2 yards wide.
Daryl may have had a play on that one.
You should have caught that one. Lay out for that one, Coach.
I think he's kind of checked out at this point.
Coach, you're still with us down there.
I'm still with you. I'm just wondering about that call a while ago. But anyway, we got the young kids in there at the front line. Let's see if we can hold their own.
Well, now Jagger Wilson comes in for Tyrone Harris here, so you're seeing a lot more of those twos check in.
D'Amico shotgun formation, second down and 15. Going to look to pass. Looking for the quick slant. That's going to be off the hands of Rubik. Trying to get it to him.
Brock Pendergraft causing some havoc there at defensive end for Seneca. Doing a good job of getting in the backfield a little bit.
Third down and 15 coming up.
If you're Seneca, you just want to let this clock continue to wind.
Game brought to you tonight by People's Bank of Seneca, Crowder College, Prolu Maintenance Center, Seneca School District, Lost Creek Wireless, Lankford Insurance, Dairy Queen of Seneca, First Community Bank, and Happy Egg. Going to send a man in motion is D'Amico. D'Amico going to look to pass, going to step up in the pocket, and that ball is going to be caught by Rossler over the middle. He threw it to basically two receivers, and Rossler comes away with it because they had crossing route right there. And coming off the turf slowly is Haynes. Haynes is going to get up and shake that one off.
Yeah, Sherwood, that went right by his ear. He kind of thought to himself, maybe I have an interception, and then it went whizzing by him.
First down and 10 for McDonald County. And after the big pickup, 26 yards from D'Amico to Rossler.
If you're Seneca here, the most points you've given up all year is 14. You kind of want to keep it at that. I know this is your twos going up against their ones, but I think there's still a little bit of pride here for Seneca.
3-man front now for Seneca. 5 defensive backs, 3-2. D'Amico's just going to take off and run, trying to get behind his line. He takes a stutter step, and he's going to try to bounce to the outside. Kai Adams giving chase, so is Drew Sherwood.
I think that was Probert.
Ride him out of bounds as Probert takes him out. Probert looks like he's done for the night. Kai Adams looks like he's done for the night as they both check off to the sidelines. Gentry Barnes goes back out there, the defensive tackle position, as able to get to the 25-yard line, a 6-yard pickup for D'Amico, 2nd down and 4.
3 minutes and counting here if you're Seneca. And you just want to get out of here with trying to keep everybody else as healthy as possible.
James checks in at the running back position, going to send a man in motion. That's going to be a handoff to him. Trying to string it out is Jude King. He's not able to get to set the edge, but they're going to spill it out. Coming on the outside is Nevin on the jet sweep. He's going to get enough for the first down. Laughlin comes in and forces him out of bounds at the 20, 21-yard line.
Yeah, Jude King did a good job because he took on a defender as well and was still able to get in there as Blaze Graham checks out now for Seneca and Ryder Owens checks in for him. So I think at this point you see all the number 1s out for Seneca. You got the number 2s in there.
So a little bit of pride here for these number 2s. See if they can hold this team out of the end zone. 3-man front for Seneca, 3-3 stack almost. And it's going to be play action. D'Amico looking to throw. He's going to wind up, heave it deep downfield, and he's got to step on his guy because it's going to be incomplete. Maybe a little offensive pass interference because Nevin pushed off on Jagger Wilson on the coverage.
Yeah, Jagger Wilson still a good job covering there, and they just put a little too much air under the ball.
Yeah, before incomplete pass without the running clock, it slowed this game down tremendously because they've thrown 21 times tonight. They've also ran the ball at least 21 times. A pretty balanced attack from McDonald County, but, man, they had a lot of stoppage in play there at one point. Going to send a man in motion. That's Nevin. D'Amico looking to throw, looking to the left side. He's got a man open. That's Nevin. It goes in and out of his hands.
There was 3 wide receivers in the area. You're kind of wondering who he's trying to throw to there.
3rd down and 10, ball to 21. Seneca Indian football brought to you tonight by Southwest Missouri Bank, Neosho Daily News, Doug's Body Works, Prairie Top Chiropractic, Cedar Lane Farm and Garden, Campbell Biddlecombe Funeral Home, The Big Nickel, Missouri Southern State University, Marine Center Incorporated, and Community Bank and Trust. 2 receivers on the near side this time for D'Amico. Going to drop back and pass. Got the screen open to James. James is going to take off a couple defenders, still on his feet, and he's going to go into the end zone for the score. And again, 53 seconds left here.
I think they have him down at the 1, Seth.
I say he is short, 1 yard short. As they're going to go quickly on the line now, 43 seconds, 42 seconds. 1st down and goal. Handoff's going to go to James. James is going to dance around. He's going to go into the end zone for the touchdown.
That will stop the clock, too, as that stops the running clock.
McDonald County just wanted to say they've scored the most points on Seneca, I guess. That's why they're keeping their 1s out there.
31 seconds and counting. See if they get the extra point up.
So James takes it in from 1 yard out.
This might be one of those moral victories if you're Mack County.
Good high snap. Kick is up, and it is good. 49-20 your score here. 31 seconds left in this one. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Prater's Pharmacy in Seneca is a proud supporter of the Seneca Indians. The pharmacy is open from 9 to 5:30 Monday through Friday and from 9 to 1 on Saturday. They offer an automatic refill program and internet refill service online at praterspharmacy.com and through their mobile apps. They also have a drive-through window. Prater's Pharmacy at 1711 Cherokee in Seneca, 417-776-8701. Go Indians.
31 seconds to go here at Tom Hodge Field at Earl Campbell Stadium. McDonald County has not kicked the ball deep the entire night. They've tried an onside kick every single time.
I think you'll see it one more time here.
Seneca has yet to get the ball out, McDonald County has yet to get the ball out on the field. The ref was holding on the sideline, not sure what that was all about. Either way, on to kick this one away for McDonald County or squib this one away is Wagner or whatever he's going to attempt to do on this kick.
Probably kick it over here to Jude King again.
That's where he's been going to every single time tonight. And that's where they're going to go to again. It's going to bounce through, and Hunter Haynes is going to field at the 31-yard line. He's going to take a kneel down at the 34-yard line.
You'll just need one kneel down here, and Seneca will improve to 7-0, Seth.
Yes, they will after the kneel down coming up.
I mean, there's a lot of positives to take out of this, but there's still plenty of things that the coaching staff will have to talk about with their guys.
Victory formation now for the Indians as Laughlin is in at quarterback. I hate to do this, but Laughlin's going to have some negative yardage on this carry. I think I was looking at something the other night. Patrick Mahomes had the kneel down for negative yardage, and some guy lost by like 0.5 or something like that because of the kneel down negative yardage for Mahomes on the victory formation.
That's rough.
That's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. But Seneca wins this one 49-21 as the teams line up at the 50-yard line to shake hands. We'll come back in just a few minutes. Have your postgame show for you right after this.
Seneca Indian Athletics is sponsored by Prairie Top Chiropractic. Located at 4556 Quince Road in Seneca, chiropractic physician Seth Wilson offers chiropractic services to Seneca and the surrounding areas. For appointment information, their phone number is 417-776-4556 or discover more at facebook.com/Prairie Top Chiropractic. Prairie Top Chiropractic, where their slogan is Better Health, Better You.
Stressed out? Life's cares and worries mixed with an overloaded schedule can often lead to chaos, frustration, anxiety. Would you like to experience peace in your life? The Bible talks quite often about peace. Peace with God, peace with your fellow man, and peace within your heart. True peace begins with a relationship with God. The Bible says we have peace with God through Jesus Christ our Lord. Jesus' death on the cross bridged the gap between holy God and sinful man. The ultimate peace comes from knowing that we're completely loved by God and our sins are forgiven through faith in Christ. Perhaps you'd like to meet the author of peace. If you'd like to speak to someone about Jesus, the Prince of Peace, call 888-NEED-HIM. That's 888-NEED-HIM. Or chat with us at chataboutjesus.com.
Crowder College, your future, our focus. At Crowder College, we have 6 convenient locations in Southwest Missouri and online programs to fit your needs. Flexible scheduling provides a pathway to a career or the opportunity to transfer to a 4-year university in a variety of programs. Cheer for the Rough Riders at athletic events. Use the Missouri A+ Scholarship Program for free tuition and common fees. At Crowder College, your future is our focus. Apply today at crowder.edu.
The Seneca R7 School District is proud to support the student athletes and coaches competing in this game. High school activities help students learn life values such as hard work, dedication, and teamwork. The Seneca R7 School District is honored to serve such a great community and wants to thank all the Indian fans for their great support. The Seneca R7 School District. Tradition, pride, class.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, 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 don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized, and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
Prater's Pharmacy in Seneca is a proud supporter of the Seneca Indians. The pharmacy is open from 9 to 5:30 Monday through Friday and from 9 to 1 on Saturday. They offer an automatic refill program and internet refill service online at praterspharmacy.com and through their mobile apps. They also have a drive-through window. Prater's Pharmacy at 1711 Cherokee in Seneca, 417-776-8701. Go Indians!
A proud supporter of local high school athletics is NewMac Electric. Serving Newton and McDonald County, they provide power for area homes and businesses and want to wish all the athletes much success throughout the season. For online bill pay and account information, the website is newmac.com or 417-451-1515. NewMac Electric, proudly serving Newton and McDonald County, where their slogan is Your Touchstone Energy Partner.
And we welcome you back here to Tom Hodge Field, and we'll send it down onto the Tom Hodge Field with Coach Harbaugh as he's got Brody Probert and Caden Klaus.
Yeah, I got Caden Klaus here. Caden, Mac always plays us tough, and they look like they're big and physical tonight.
Oh, yeah, they are, and I think it's just a school rivalry. Like, we don't really like them, they don't really like us. We always play each other really good. It's always a good matchup.
You get along off the field, but once you're on the field, it's do or die, isn't it?
In the field, we don't like each other. We're all good and cool and friends and stuff. It's just competition-wise.
Seemed like the offensive line broke up a few plays, and you guys had a few long runs tonight.
Yeah, I can't do anything without the big guys up down there.
Well, let me talk to Brody Probert right quick. You know, Brody, you come in here, and, hey, you've had to play running back. You get to play some quarterback some. You're just playing, linebacker, safety, corner. You're playing about everywhere on the field.
Yeah, I'll just do whatever Coach has me do, and I'll do it with all my effort.
Well, you're probably one of the fastest kids we've had out here because once you break loose, there ain't nobody else can catch you.
Yeah, once again, I couldn't do it without my linemen. They just clear the gaps, and I just run.
Well, I tell you what, it's fun to watch you guys when you break loose. And you broke that one play, took off down the road. It's fun to watch you guys get out in the open field and take off.
Yes, sir. It's fun. It is fun.
Coach, you're going to have to tell those guys to slow down a little bit because I can't keep up with them as they're running downfield to keep the yardage straight in my head. So tell both those boys to slow down whenever they're breaking
Seth
free.
Wilson's, he's trying to do the math up there, how much yardage you guys gain. So it would help if you guys would just slow down a little bit, stop, and say, hey, do you got this? Hey, I'm on the 20. All right, good. I'll take off, If you guys could do that a little bit, but better than more than anything else, end of the season's coming up. We need to finish strong and, get ready for the postseason. So why don't we go have a good week of practice this week, okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Got to keep stacking good weeks.
Can't be content.
Good. 1%, right?
Yes, sir.
1%. I'm going to send it back.
All right, thanks a lot. That's Caden Klaus and Brody Probert tonight down there on the field with Coach Harbaugh. A big game for those senior, junior quarterback, running back duo, whatever you want to call them. Both of them going over 100 yards tonight. Probert, 9 carries, 123. Klaus, 12 carries, 163. And Miller, 6 carries for 82. And then you got to throw Tyrone Harrison there, 2 carries for 50 yards for the Indians on the ground tonight. 418 yards on the ground for the Indians offense. Just a remarkable output by them.
It's week after week with them, You get 300, 400 yards on the ground. That just gives you a wide open passing. I mean, there was one play Hagen Ginger had a one-on-one he wasn't able to beat. But, if you get Hagen Ginger one-on-one, I like my chances 99 out of 100 times.
Yeah, I do like to see Ginger wide open like that, and a great play was made by Ryder Martin to come back and knock that one down. But, again, your Indians victorious tonight by a score of 49-21. We're going to take a break here. We come back, we'll have more post-game show for you. Your post-game show sponsors, college. I can't talk right now. Crowder College and the Seneca School District.
At ProLube Tire and Auto Center, we know what it means to rely on your vehicle. We race all year and know how to get that extra inch out of every part. Precision, quality, and reliability are not just words to us. It's what we do every day. We know you rely on your vehicle to perform for your family. From oil changes to full-on repairs, ProLube gives you the best racetrack team experience so you can be worry-free.
ProLube Tire and Auto Center, where we get it right on the road and the track.
Seneca Indian Athletics is sponsored by Prairie Top Chiropractic. Located at 4556 Quince Road in Seneca, chiropractic physician Seth Wilson offers chiropractic services to Seneca and the surrounding areas. For appointment information, their phone number is 417-776-4556 or discover more at facebook.com/Prairie Top Chiropractic. Prairie Top Chiropractic, where their slogan is Better Health, Better You.
Proudly supporting the Seneca Indians is Doug's Body Works. Owned and operated by Doug Scribner, they offer a 24-hour wrecker service and specialize in auto body and frame repair. Doug's Body Works is located at 1008 Oneida in Seneca and is proud to serve the local area. 417-776-8611. Go Indians!
And welcome back to Tom Hodge Field field here at Seneca, Missouri. I'm joined by the head coach of the Seneca Indians, Coach Cody Hilburn. And first off, congratulations, big homecoming win tonight. You guys took on a very physical McDonald County team, and they're big, they're physical, and they really put a great show out here tonight against you guys, against your Seneca Indian ball club.
Yeah, we knew that coming in, who they were, who they wanted to be. They did a good job with it. I was proud of our kids, and it's tough. The standard gets so high sometimes that everybody expects us to be flawless every night out, and you forget you're dealing with 15, 16, 17-year-old kids who were part of homecoming activities all day, and then and so I was proud of them. You get there at the end of the game and you huddle them up, when we're done, and it's like we got beat, and you won a game by 28 points, and we can't do that. Kids can't carry that burden, and I can carry it all I want, but they can't do it. They got to enjoy wins. They work too hard during the week to not enjoy it when we get the job done.
And that's exactly right. 15, 16, 17-year-old kids have a lot of pressure outside of just football, but just being a 16, 17-year-old kid with everything going on at home and school and everything else. So, again, they've really got to enjoy those victories. And you guys are piling them up right now. Again, your ones, limiting them basically to 2 touchdowns tonight. They got another one late on you, but they're doing a good job on the defensive side of the football against a much bigger offensive line from McDonald County and much bigger running backs in the backfield. Sosa listed at 230 pounds, 5'8", a bowling ball back there coming at you. And then James also follows him up. He's 5'10", 190 back there, so 2 big running backs tonight and a lot of big hits out there on the football field.
Yeah, that was good for us to see. Anytime, you can keep filling that bucket up was what we referenced there, and each week, then the next week we can pull from this week. What did they do to give us fits? What was our adjustment there? Same thing offensively, and we continue to fill our bucket up, and that's what we want to do. You fill it up through week 9, and then hopefully be playing our best football come district play.
Going into the half, D'Amico, the quarterback from McDonald County, didn't start out super great in the passing game, but towards the end of the first half, he was about 5 of 6, 6 of 7 at one point, and then to come out the second half, and you guys made your adjustments in the locker room at halftime. He had a little bit more trouble completing passes because your secondary guys weren't falling for the out-and-up routes or the rub routes that they were in the first half. They were doing a good job sticking with their guys and getting a hand down and making good defensive plays out there in the secondary.
Yeah, Coach Crane made a good adjustment at halftime. I think we saw that in that opening drive. We did a little wrinkle there that we fixed. They like every team that they have their wrinkles that they came in with, and then we got to adjust to them. And he did a good job at halftime. You're up 35-7 right there, and again sometimes frustrated. Coach Crane was frustrated as heck at halftime. Felt like we were bleeding a little bit on some of those drives, and had to remind him we only gave up 7 points. Make a few adjustments and let's get them back out there.
Going to the offensive side of the football for you guys tonight, looking at your drives, just only one drive going into double digits. I had to cover 87 yards in 4 minutes, 10 plays. Other than that, you started out with a 2-play drive, went 60 yards. A 3-play drive went 88 yards. A 1-play drive went 65 yards. A 6-play drive went 84 yards, and a 1-play drive going 61 yards. A lot of efficiency out there for your offense tonight.
Yeah, and I'm not saying I don't love that, but sometimes to get in the flow of a game, you need to go on that 8-play drive. And I'm never going to be bad at breaking a long play. Like, explosives are huge, but I didn't feel like we ever really got to settle in offensively tonight. And explosive plays are great, but that's still something that we need to do. And our offensive line needs to continue to grind, and we need to grind out drives, and we'll keep working on that.
When you talk about having to have that type of mentality where you get in the flow of a game, and it's hard to do, especially for your defense. Your defense really didn't get a chance to come off the field because McDonald County was putting together those long drives of 6 minutes, 5 minutes here and there. I mean, they ran 35 plays in the first half. You guys ran 35 plays for the entire night. So I understand that kind of getting the flow of the game. It's a little bit harder when you have those explosive. Your defense kind of gets tired, kind of gets wore out because they're having to deliver hit after hit.
Yeah, that's crazy. Normally an average night is 60 plays of offense, and that's back-to-back. Last week we ran 40 plays of offense. This week 35 plays of offense. So, yeah, I don't really have, I don't want to sound like I'm coming across complaining about, what we're doing, but yeah, we need to run more plays offensively on a Friday night and settle in and to what we want to do. But I think we offset that I think we ran 48 plays on Wednesday at practice to keep it in comparison, and then that was extremely physical for us. So we'll keep building on that, and at some point we're going to have to put some big drives together.
And we haven't talked a whole lot about special teams. Maybe one point when we had some issues with the point after try against Monette, maybe. But as far as special teams tonight, you had to have basically your hands team in there every single time on kickoff return because they tried an onside kick, and Jude King, multiple times they go after him, and he was able to come up. He had a little trouble with the first one. After that, he secured every single one after that point.
Yeah, we actually blended our kickoff return with our hands team, so we had a little hybrid look out there because they did so much with that, and they did a really good job. They had been like 19 to 21 reps to the right side, and they come out against us and squib left every time tonight. So, it was awesome, man. Jude King, we always say want the football on that, expect the ball kicked to you, and he did. He was going to attack that thing. He did a great job. And it's something we talked about during the game. This is the first game where we didn't have a turnover either side. You guys have been so efficient on the defensive side of the football, forcing turnover after turnover, and credit to McDonald County because they didn't really give you guys an opportunity to make a turnover. Yeah, that big credit to them. Like we thrive on putting people in third and long, and they were in too many third and mediums and third and shorts. And now you're in your base defense, and you don't have those over the top safeties, and you don't have as many chances to get those. So credit them. They were efficient on first down. And we always say we got to win first down, and we have some goals what that looks like. But they won a lot of first downs tonight, and it kept our defense on the field more than we would have liked for them to be out there. All right, Coach, it doesn't get any easier the rest of the way for sure. East Newton next week at East Newton, and then we come back here to wrap up senior night at home against Lamar. So, again, congratulations on this victory, and we'll see you next week. All right, thanks, Seth. All right, we're going to take a break here. We come back. We'll have more post-game show for you right after this.
A proud backer of the Seneca Indians is Campbell Biddlecombe Funeral Home of Seneca. Located at 1101 Cherokee, they are honored to serve the area with traditional service options including church and graveside services. They also have pre-arranged funeral plans. For more information, the phone number for Funeral Director Mike Steele at Campbell Biddlecombe Funeral Home of Seneca is 417-776-2251 or online campbell-biddlecomefh.com.
KNEO would like to thank the Big Nickel for sponsoring this portion of broadcasting on 91.7 FM. The Big Nickel is an advertising shopper for thousands of different items, from automobiles and livestock to help wanted and real estate. It covers a 70-mile radius in the four-state area and is available in area businesses each week. Located at 1931 East 20th Street, Suite 103 in Joplin, Missouri. Their telephone number is 417-624-4100.
Singing is my career and my calling, but I'm also a mother of 4.
And as entrepreneurs, we weigh the cost of every decision.
Medical bills are no longer a worry for our family, so I can focus on my calling.
And our family.
Joining Christian Healthcare Ministries was one of the best decisions we ever made. We're the Blair family, and this is our CHM story.
Choose your doctor without network restrictions, all at an affordable price. Enroll anytime at chministries.org/enroll.
Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Seneca is the place to go before or after the game. Check out their amazing menu of fan-favorite blizzards like Oreo or cookie dough. Happy hour is daily from 2 to 5 p.m. That means everything you can drink from a straw is half price, excluding premium shakes. Don't forget to grab one of their $7 meal deals or their signature stack burgers and top it off with a Misty Slush. The Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Seneca, located at 308 Washington, open daily from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Proud to support the Seneca Indians.
I am a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and I'm here to talk about life, your dreams, your work, your family, and how you can protect it all with a company that will talk to you with the honesty of a farmer and take care of you with the integrity of a neighbor. I'll make sure no detail is left uncovered so your family can breathe easy. Because just like you, I chose to build a life in Missouri too. I'm a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and I'm from Missouri for life.
I am Josh Dotson with Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance Services. If you're in Missouri, I'm for you.
Locally owned, operated, and here for you. Check out the new face of the Neosho Daily News, covering Newton County, highlighting area residents, businesses, school news, sports, and more. Find us on Facebook at Neosho Daily News or call 417-451-1520. Go get 'em, Indians!
The staff at Mid-America Specialty Markets, along with Jamie and Terry Langford, are proud to serve our community and support the local high school students in their extracurricular activities this school year. Langford Insurance specializes in life, agribusiness, commercial, and personal insurance needs. Please stop by and see us at our office at 908 Washington Avenue, or call us at 417-776-LIFE, or visit us at midaminsurance.com.
Ready to buy your dream home? Look no further than First Community Bank's Mortgage Department. Our experienced team is here to help you every step of the way, from pre-approval to closing. With competitive rates, flexible terms, and personalized service, we'll make sure your home buying process is a breeze. Visit First Community Bank today and let us help make your dream home a reality. First Community Bank, where community comes first. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Jesus' most frequent invitation was, "Follow me, follow me, follow me." Seems simple enough, yet we make things so complicated. We add rules, laws, systems. We even write textbooks explaining the intricacies of conversion and becoming a Christian. Yet Jesus' simple invitation is to follow him, not all the noise we add to that. If we follow Jesus, we'll turn from sin. If we follow Jesus, we'll love God with all we've got. If we follow Jesus, we'll have an intimate relationship with God. So if you've had it with rules and religion, let me invite you to follow Jesus. And if you want to talk to a follower of Jesus to find out what it's like to follow him, call 888-NEED-HIM, 888-NEED-HIM, or go to chataboutjesus.com.
The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report will provide up-to-the-minute scores and highlights from around the 4 states. With ultimate local coverage from all your favorite teams. The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report, weeknights at 6 and 10 p.m.
And welcome back in here to Seneca, Missouri at Tom Hodge Field to your post-game show. Your post-game show sponsors Crowder College and the Seneca School District. Run through some stats. Let's start with the McDonald County Mustang offense, as it looks like D'Amico was 11 of 24 for 128 yards. And he threw to Rubik 3 times for 36 yards, I believe there. Rossler had 3 receptions for 48 yards. Martin had 2 receptions for 5 yards. And James had 3 receptions for 39 yards. On the ground tonight for McDonald County, 21 carries for Sosif. He had 76 yards. He had 20 yards on his last carry, so 20 carries at one point for 56 yards. That's pretty good as far as keeping. I mean, it's still about 3 yards per carry, but good job by the Seneca defense to take down the bigger Sosif there. James had 4 carries for 6 yards. D'Amico had 6 carries for 15 yards. Naven had 2 carries for 5 yards, and Rossler had 1 carry for 1 yard. Switching over to your Seneca Indians stats for the night, Caden Klaus was 4 of 6 for 111 yards through the air. Graham had 3 receptions for 94 yards. Harris had 1 reception for 17 yards. On the ground, Harris had 2 carries for 50 yards. Miller had just 6 carries tonight for 82 yards. Probert had 9 carries for 123 yards. Klaus had 12 carries for 163 yards, and Haynes had 1 carry for negative yards. Your scores for tonight's game: Miller with a touchdown, Klaus with a touchdown on the ground, Harris with a touchdown on the ground, passing connection from Klaus to Graham for a touchdown, and Probert with 2 more touchdowns, and Klaus with another rushing touchdown as well. So Klaus with 2 rushing touchdowns, 1 passing touchdown, Probert with 2 rushing touchdowns, Harris with a rushing touchdown, and Miller with a rushing touchdown this evening. And as far as second half stats, Seneca only running 15 plays, 161 yards, 7 minutes, 40 seconds time of possession in the second half for McDonald County. 24 plays, 116 yards, 16:20 time of possession. So McDonald County had the ball tonight, 33 minutes, 16 seconds, ran 59 plays for 244 yards. Seneca 35 plays, 518, 1444, and actually Seneca on the ground, or total tonight for the Indians, 529 yards of total offense for the Indians tonight.
It's not a bad night at the office. I mean, they seem to be getting 500 yards of offense almost every week at this point. And like Coach Hilburn was saying, they almost seemed dejected by a 28-point win, and that's become the expectation now. And anytime, that's the most points Seneca has given up in a game, and I think they may take a little bit of vengeance out next week in East Newton.
Well, and at this point, too, I mean, Seneca was just looking at a guy's game without any more injuries sustained to their starters. 2 guys going down with injuries, and hopefully they're okay. Hopefully it's just a short-lived injury and they're able to get back to playing speed pretty soon. Looking at penalties in the second half for the Indians, 2 penalties for 20 yards. McDonald County, 1 penalty for 5 yards. So Seneca penalized tonight 6 times for, it looks like, 66 yards. McDonald County penalized 4 times for 45 yards. So a little bit of a difference there because Seneca had 2-3 different pass interference penalties that were very critical to sustain a drive for McDonald County, and that's a third down type of situation where you've got to get off the field.
Yeah, that was 3rd and long, the one that I think of on Probert. It was 3rd and 8, and he seemed like he did a good job of playing him. Maybe had too much of a hand on the back and said he shoved him because both of them saw it on that far side. But those are the things that you got to clean up because come week 10, week 11, if you're lucky enough to get that bye, which the way things are looking, Seneca should get that bye week 10. But, if you want to become Big 8 champs, you got to win these next 2 weeks. And then once you get to district play, it's win or go home. And those are things you can't afford to have if you want to advance.
Yeah, you got to be on your A game. Again, Coach Hilburn talked about it a while ago. Guys very disappointed the fact that they allowed 21 points. You still had a 28-point victory, but disappointed that you allowed 21 points. And it's hard on those kids. They've got to be able to shake that off and come back next week.
But at the same point, you're probably happy that they're mad.
Yeah,
you know, that you gave up 21 points in the game too, because it's become the expectation. You're averaging giving up 10. Now that probably balloons up to 11 or 12, and they take a lot of pride in that.
All right, we're going to cut it off for our post-game show at this point. Your post-game show sponsors Crowder College and the Seneca School District. We come back, we'll have the Final Drive scoreboard show sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine.
Happy Egg supports the family farmer because they've seen the difference a choice like this can make. Now you can grow for Happy Egg and choose to raise hens the right way, the happy way. When you grow for Happy Egg, you're growing for a family-owned and operated business. You're raising happy hens on 10-plus acres who will lay happy eggs. You're working for yourself. As a Happy Egg grower, you'll receive new flock cost support and yield-based compensation. Visit happyegg.com/grower to apply today.
You can't tell on the outside, but most of us are green with envy on the inside. Many of us want the latest and greatest new gadget, thinking that if we have that new thing, then we'll be satisfied.
Hey, check out my new phone. It's got TurboFlex.
Hey, that's cool. What is that?
But when our envy causes us to seek satisfaction from stuff, it takes our focus away from being satisfied with God. And the Bible says that being envious is a sin. Are you guilty of envy sometimes? I know I am. When you stand before God on your last day, do you hope that one little sin won't matter and that He'll understand what was in your heart? Even one sin puts a wall between us and God, and if we die with that wall there, it's there forever. To receive God's forgiveness and begin a personal relationship with Jesus Christ, call 888-NEED-HIM. Be sure there's no wall between you and God. Call 888-NEED-HIM.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, 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 don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
Welcome to the Final Drive Scoreboard Show on the KNEO Sports Network. The Final Drive Scoreboard Show is sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the official sports medicine provider for over 20 area high schools and colleges. See how one of their certified physicians, certified athletic trainers, or therapists can help you get back in the game. Now, let's go back live to the stadium for the Final Drive Scoreboard Show on the KNEO Sports Network.
And welcome into the Final Drive Scoreboard Show, sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Running through your Big 8 conference scores tonight, Mount Vernon winning over Parkview 49-18. That's in the fourth quarter. Lamar having no problem with Monette in the fourth quarter, 45-22. Nevada victors tonight over Cassville, 27-22 tonight. Seneca over McDonald County, 49-21. And Aurora defeating East Newton, 26-21 tonight.
In the COC, Webb City wins 41-6 over Willard. Lebanon all over Kickapoo, 49-21. Joplin upsets Neosho, 35-14. Glendale squeaks by Ozark, 22-21. Carthage beats Republic, 31-14. And Nixa blanks Waynesville, 42-0.
And the Ozark Mountain Conference tonight, all tied up in the fourth quarter between Poplar Bluff and West Plains at 28 apiece. Bolivar over Hillcrest, 48-7. That's the final. Branson having no problems against Carl Junction, 40-7 tonight. Logan Rogersville over Marshville, 34-26.
In the Mid-Lakes Conference, Clever is beating Hollister 28-12 in the fourth quarter. Springfield Catholics beating Buffalo 35-26 in the fourth quarter. Fairgrove all over Reed Springs 49-8. That's a final. And Stratford beats Forsyth 49-33.
So that more than likely gives Seneca the outright district number 1.
Yeah, because right now Forsyth sitting with 3 losses, and they have Fairgrove at home next week.
In the Southwest Conference, Ashgrove over Central 24-6 tonight. That's in the third quarter only. Marionville getting past Sarcoxy 36-22.
8-man and independent scores. New Heights Christian. How about this score? Lockwood beats New Heights Christian 92-58. And then over in Kansas, it's a non-conference game. Smithville comes over from Missouri, beats Pittsburgh 35-21.
We're going to take a break here. We come back, we'll wrap up the Final Drive Scoreboard Show here on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, 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 don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
And welcome back into the Final Drive Scoreboard Show, sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Let's cross the border over into Southeast Kansas, their conference there at Eudora over Independence 42-6 tonight. Labette County over Coffeyville 13-6.
In the CNC, Girard beats Burlington 42-7. St. Mary's all over Jayhawk Lynn 42-6. Frontenac puts on a beating on Baxter Springs 70-21. And Columbus beats Riverton 36-0.
Over in Oklahoma, Grove having no problem with Fort Gibson in the fourth quarter, 42-13. Miami shuts out Skiatook tonight, 48-0. That's going to wrap things up for our Final Drive Scoreboard Show, sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Special thank you to Daniel Moore for keeping things under control for our Final Drive Scoreboard Show. Special thank you to Jeremiah Layton for taking care of our camera work this evening. So for Daniel, Jeremiah, Coach Walcott,
I ain't coach.
I'm mixing you guys together. Coach Harbaugh and Ben Wolcott. I'm Seth Wilson saying so long from Tom Hodgefield at Earl Campbell Stadium. Again, your Indians victorious tonight in a homecoming, 49-21 over McDonald County. Join us next week. We'll be on the road in Grammy, Missouri, where the East Newton Patriots will host your Seneca Indians here on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
You've been listening to the Final Drive Scoreboard Show on the KNEO Sports Network. The Final Drive Scoreboard Show is sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. See how one of their certified physicians, certified athletic trainers, or a therapist can help you get back in the game. Join us again after the game next week as we will once again bring you all the latest scores right here on the Final Drive Scoreboard Show, sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. This has been a live production of KNEO Sports. This broadcast may not be reproduced or retransmitted without the express written consent of KNEO Sports Network. This has been a sporting outreach of KNEO Sports Network, reaching into communities to make a difference for eternity.